fucking frame here. I guess my ISP decided, you know what? Gator's gonna stream tonight for the first time in like what feels like a year and a half. Let's make sure to downgrade his upstream as much as humanly fucking possible. I don't even know how many people can hear me right now. I'm sitting at about 11,000 dropped frames, which is roughly 43% of all of the fucking frames in this godforsaken stream. Is it still going up? Let's see. I'm sitting at 11,005. Oh, nope, there we go. 537, 592. Ugh. See, this is why I fucking hate my ISP. It is a pile of fucking garbage. It is the worst fucking company on the goddamn planet. It's so fucking bad. Every time I want to stream, it always does this exact fucking bullshit. The mic is fine, but the music was super... Well, yeah. I have the music low for a reason, because it's playing in my my ears at the same time. So if I have the music really loud, it's going to blow my eardrums out. Maybe it's a sign, yeah. Sound is excellent, though. Well, that's good, at least. I just wish the video worked with it. I wish that my ISP wasn't limiting me to like fucking 10 kbps up. It's really fucking bad. It's really fucking bad. It seems like it's kind of stabilized a little bit now, but I'm still dropping every other frame, so... The stream is skipping, yes. Try just putting a static picture. Maybe I just have to do that. Why do you want people watch GIF on replay for 3 hours? I never understood that. Well, the good news is, that's not all you're going to be staring at for 3 hours, because I have this little setup here. And let me bring in the panel here. We've got Maximus the Merciful, Kaz, and Avon Chartsdale all from the Bull stream with me, at least for the moment. There's a couple other people that are going to pop in tonight. So what's going on, guys?
What's going on, Gator?
Uh-oh! What's up,
Well,
man?
I asked you guys not to embarrass me on this prestigious stream, so please.
Yeah,
Prestigious, my ass.
that's
I don't think half
Whatever
people can
happens,
fucking
it's
see it.
Kaz's fault.
Yes, my
Kaz
internet
vouched
problems
for
are
us.
Kaz's fault.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Kaz
blame him
vouched
tonight.
for us.
It's honestly, we have to deal with the same thing every single week. Kaz just coming in and completely screwing up the internet. Service is getting throttled like a drunk fucking college girl at a frat party. It's terrible.
No. My problem is just being late. But I do love the setup of the couch on the screen. It is really good.
Oh, look at that! This is fantastic. Oh man.
Yeah, this has been one of my.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, I set this up. God, when was the last actual official Gator time? I think it was the Aiden Paladin Quentin review stream that I did, where Aiden got really really drunk with me and Flamenco. Speaking of which, Flamenco's supposed to pop in at some point. Once again, my fucking stream is not doing well because I'm just watching my little OBS bar go from green to immediately red, and that's never a good sign.
Hey man, I wouldn't worry about it, dude. We have you, we have each other, and you know, friendship. It's not about the stream that we make; it's about all the friends you made along the way. And I for one am happy to be here.
Maybe the real dropped frames were the friends we made along the way.
Let me turn you up a little
Yeah.
bit, Avon, because you're kind of quiet for people.
Nah, turn him down, dude.
Yeah, my girl came in and said I was quiet, but I don't know if that's true.
I think that's literally the first time anyone's ever called me quiet in my entire life.
Well, there you go. Or maybe I'm just really fucking loud. So I have my mic turned up
Well,
pretty
she
loud.
did say compared to Gator, so
Yeah, it may just be that I'm very loud. I'll just turn myself down a little bit and turn everybody else up.
see, there's me every stream setting up the audio levels right, and we come onto a professional
Well-
stream, and this
well,
is
come-
a service.
I mean, it's gonna happen. I haven't streamed in what feels like a year at this point, so all of my shit's a little rusty. I've gotta spray the little cleaning spray on it, wipe it down, make sure everything still works, kick the tires. You know how it goes.
Yeah, but at least you didn't have to buy a new PC every 2 days.
That's very true. This old box has served me very, very well with its Radeon 580 in there. Good old workhorse
Oh,
graphics
580,
card.
yeah. I bought 5 of those to do mining, and it was shit.
Oh well, yeah, it's not going to be good for mining, but you know,
Oh,
it's
no, this was you. dude. Like when they came out, I bought them when they came out. I did actually get free ETH from it, so it wasn't that bad. But still.
Okay, now see, I heard the noise that time, Kaz. I heard the noise that time. Let's see.
Kaz,
Yeah.
you are a mess, dude.
Imagine coming on and embarrassing us like this, Kaz.
Unbelievable. Gator, I'm sorry.
Terrible. I don't.
Oh no, it's
understand why.
fine. My internet's embarrassing me right now because it's more stable than it was, but it's still ever so often. See there, right there. It just skipped a little bit.
Oh, speaking of friendship.
Oh, one more
Oh,
spot on the
shit.
couch.
Oh, there we go.
Who the fuck are you?
What's up, gentlemen? How you doing?
We
Yo,
chilling,
scoot
buddy.
over, Kaz. Kaz, scoot the fuck over. There. All right. Yeah,
Oh,
let me see,
easy. You're rubbing my leg, Kaz. Come on, relax.
I get the armrest at least.
There we
I'll
go.
do
I got
it.
2 armrests.
Yo, Andy, how's it going?
Yo, what's up, Kaz? How you all doing?
Yeah, good. It's pretty late for me already, but whatever. It's pretty
I'm having
Oh,
that
yeah,
internet
what's up?
problem you always have, Andy. You know, where it just like the upstream just starts shitting the bed.
Oh yeah, that sucks, dude. Is it? It seems like it's okay now, though.
Yeah, it goes up and down kind of. They're
Oh.
probably doing fucking maintenance tonight. That's usually what it is. They're like, oh, we have emergency maintenance, and they just like limit the shit out of your speeds.
Oh, that's annoying. Actually, Odyssee's doing maintenance right now. I can't upload our this afternoon episode yet. It won't like I guess fixing something, and it won't let me upload. And an error pops up saying we're on it and blah blah blah. So, yeah,
Well, it's a good thing I
But it
didn't
is
I
one
didn't
of
try to
those.
stream to Odyssey. Shit.
yeah.
I'd have been like, why the fuck ain't it working?
I understand. It's a new platform, so they're figuring it out. That's cool.
Yeah, they need to get that fucking Android app sorted, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know, seriously. And the what do you call it? Our notifications don't seem to be working.
Yeah, notifications. Android notifications need to be done because it's pretty much iPhone. I guess I haven't tried. That needs to be done 'cause it's fucked otherwise, right?
Yeah. I'm sure they'll fix it up. It's doing well over there, so yeah.
The replays are doing all right though. I saw your replay numbers, so seems to be going all right there.
Wicked. Yeah, man. It sucks not having kill stream, like honestly. Like
I know,
it
it's been
feels-
like
it-
it's
yeah,
been fucking
cool.
weird this week not having the show. Because I'm usually used to being like, all right, 9:30, hop into the Google Meet. Like, all right, what are we talking about tonight? You know, getting a couple stories together, and I'm just sitting
Yeah.
there looking at the clock, expecting. I'm like, wait, we're off this week. What the fuck? What the fuck am I gonna
yo.
do?
You know, it's like me when I finish my show. I'm like, oh, I don't got anything to.
Do that. A friend of mine, a couple years ago, his father passed away, and I kind of helped him. You know, he crashed on my couch for a while, just to like, it just changed him completely because his dad was like, even though he like butted heads with him, his dad was still kind of like the one stable thing in his life, and losing him, you know, he was devastated for a while, but you know, it was kind of the catalyst that got him to, you know, get his shit together, go back to school, start working again, and all that stuff. So, you know, it's a dark time. It's sad, but, you know, it can bring about a lot of positive change, you know, if you focus and really, you know, want to better yourself. And I think,
Yeah,
you know, just talking with Ralph a little bit, you know, I think that's really kind of his thing, is that he really, really wants to better himself and really, you know, make his mom really proud of him.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
heard the podcast. Did you? He did put out a podcast thing on the RSS. I heard that, so sounded all right there. So hopefully he does do that.
I can tell you, dude, it's such a shitty experience losing a parent that like you need to find a way to pull some positive out of it, and that's really the only way you can kind of reconcile it because it's such a tough thing to reconcile in your mind. It's someone that's kind of been there since you were fucking born. Like I lost my dad years back. God, it's got to be 20 years now. No, a little bit less, maybe 15. It was 2007. But dude, it really fucks you up. It changes your whole mindset. And most people go through a crash and burn and then like a recovery. So, you know, Ralph's a strong guy, dude. Strong guy, smart guy, very driven. So I see him turning a positive out of this. But he's gonna mourn for a while. It's a rough thing to go through.
Yeah, it'll be tough.
And he has everyone, like he has all of us and other people supporting him and stuff. We have his back and shit. So yeah, he'll be good.
Oh, totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he'll bounce back from this. It's gonna take a little while for him to, really deal with it. But I think, Ralph's the kind of guy. He's a very business-minded guy, so I feel like, he'll take this moment to recollect himself, get himself together, and then it'll be kind of business as usual. I know I talked with him, and he said that he wants to come back on Monday. He may take another small break just for the funeral and the memorial service and everything the week after, but yeah, he wants to come back next week and really like hit the ground running for the next week or so. Take a little bit of time off, just to do the funeral and all of that stuff, and then come back maybe later that week. And I'm not sure about the blood sports. I think it's still happening the June 1st. That was let me double check here. Let me go to the website.
Palestine versus Israeli guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to that, dude. But bro, nobody's gonna hold it against him if he fucking takes as much time as he needs.
Yeah, Captain Tazariak versus Judas Maccabeus. That is as of right now, that's still scheduled and still is a go. Obviously just pay attention to Ralph's Twitter and he'll let you know if that gets changed or whatever. But so far it seems like that is still a go and that he's gonna come back next week.
Well, he's always took these events and tried to at least push through, right? So like every single negative that I can think of, I mean, not that there's been any, right? But there's always seemed to just push through it, right? So
yeah.
Well, I was just talking to Avon about the that debate there and how much we're looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Avon was telling me about Judas and how he like follows him on Twitter and they Skype and shit. He's like fucking his biggest fan now, so I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, well, I don't like leveraging on margin, so I had to get some extra funds from elsewhere. I figured that was a good place to reach out to.
Oh my
The
God,
Bull Stream's got a sponsor now, huh?
Exactly.
Hey yo.
Oh man. But dude, I am looking forward to that. That's gonna be pretty fantastic. I like the captain, man, but I don't know. I think this guy might embarrass him. I don't know.
Oh, what? You're talking about IDF special forces who would die for his country, the Holy Land, versus somebody who's trying to take it away from him by word of mouth in New York?
I'm not gonna slob the fucking guy's knob like you do, but
I'm not gonna slob his knob either. But goddamn, I can't wait to see him talk to a Hebrew Israelite, a black Hebrew Israelite. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll tell
That's
you,
gonna be great. That's fireworks.
That's right, bro. It's gonna be a lot of that's right.
It's gonna be fucking fireworks, man. I think this guy's gonna get
That's gonna be legendary. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's gonna be
legendary.
Fucking great.
I'm so hyped for that.
Oh,
I
dude,
just hope he just does it on Odyssey though, because fuck. That's
yeah.
Yikes! Yeah.
I mean, if I remember right, the captain got the YouTube channel a strike before.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did
So-
actually. So
yeah,
he got us banned from. He got us a strike on YouTube that one time, and then he got us banned from DLive for a month next time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
So every time the captain has
right.
been on the show, we've always gotten in trouble. So I'm really hoping. Yeah, exactly. I think maybe we should just do that on Odyssey.
That was not a bad idea at all.
Nah, it sounds pretty smart, honestly.
I wish there
Oh my
was
God.
something like the equivalent of a dump button, like, but live, it delays your stream for like 10 seconds. Someone says something and you can like hit spacebar or some shit. And then just
Yeah, I
like,
did look up that for OBS. There is something for XSplit I did see, but not for OBS. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. It's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish OBS had something like that, so you could just be like, "Oh yeah, let's beep that out."
Yeah. But see, the thing is, it's like probably be able to catch like 75%, but then there's that 25% where they just pick something up and you didn't even think it was bad, and it's like,
yeah, you whisper the N-word.
Yeah. Oh, I don't say that in my country, so.
Yeah, me neither.
You literally can't. You'll go to jail.
Well, we got a super chat from Spincephalus. Spincephalus sent £5 and said, Rand said on his stream that he's happy to pop in for a while. Well, I'm on YouTube, so if Rand pops in, he had to be a good boy. Very good boy.
Well, you're on D Live as well, right?
Yes, I'm on D, which is funny because I'm more likely to get in trouble on D Live than YouTube.
Well, I had Rand on my show when I was on D Live and I was banned for a month.
Oh, really? Well, okay, sorry, Rand.
I remember
sorry, Rand, but that's not gonna happen.
Rand is a good boy. He didn't.
I love Rand. He's fucking fantastic. He's hilarious and stuff. And it's like, come on, but you're gonna permanently ban the dude forever? Oh,
that was such garbage, dude. I only just found out about that recently because I spent most of April with my head under a rock, just working. Like I rolled up in there the other day and he showed me the screenshot. This user has been banned for racism forever.
Yeah. And banned on other people's channels too. It's like the most ultimate ban. Yeah.
I mean, this goes against that. Well, it's their whole mentality, isn't it? It's like you can't. There's literally no forgiveness ever, which is just so antithetical to how I think. Right? It's there should always be some forgiveness in some way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Rand has a way with people. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Merciful Kaz.
He's good at making friends and influencing platforms.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think more TOS has been wrote about Rand than anyone else.
Yeah, he's the reason a TOS exists.
Exactly. Fucking boardroom meetings. All right, guys, we got to update TOS again. Rand streamed last night.
Yeah. It's like the FBI's most wanted poster with Rand on it. Like that meme picture everyone uses for him.
Oh fuck, that's funny.
Lord.
Wait, am I even allowed to
Susan wants to throw the ammo box.
Oh
yeah.
Oh shit. Am I even allowed to curse on YouTube anymore? Do I have to really?
Yeah, you can swear on YouTube. They don't really fucking care. Just depends on the swear. Don't be dropping N-bombs everywhere.
I would never call you.
Unless.
I would never call you a nincompoop, bro.
Oh. There was that brief moment of just no, he's not, and then I was like, okay, good. Bad Dragon Knight for 2 says he is banned like Andy is banned from Lego.
From Lego?
Do you mean
Andy,
Hasbro?
Lego too,
Hasbro? Yeah, Hasbro.
Are you not allowed to build Lego Millennium Falcon? That's pretty.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I think you meant Hasbro.
I'm trying to think of every single reference. It's like, okay, it's got to be Hasbro, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some kind of weird reference of Lego in Israel, but no, I just couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, I was like,
you got banned from a toy company?
Well, it's a meme.
They heard what he did to Hasbro, and so they've decided to preemptively ban him.
It was like when Quartering was on. This is back in Warski Live days, and he was talking about Magic the Gathering, which is, I guess, owned by Hasbro. And there was a tournament where a bunch of the moderators or, the hosts of it were actual pedophiles, convicted pedophiles. And they weren't banning them. And, there's kids at these tournaments. So he was on my show and Medicare was there. And Medicare was like, everyone at Hasbro, and say that Andy's gonna come to their building tomorrow and blow the place up.
Oh,
I remember that.
Yeah,
Sal,
I remember this.
Dude, I'm like, oh fuck. And when I look at my Twitter, you see like, where your ads are. I see 99 plus, and I'm like, oh shit.
The phone just starts going off. Ding, 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 ding.
And there was like people memed me on like pictures of people breaking down doors or blowing stuff up and shit. Or with guns and stuff.
There was a song written about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ken Ashcorp. Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
That was back
funny
when
as fuck, though.
everybody kept accidentally calling you Adam Worski instead of Andy Worski.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that was Adam Raceworski. I
Brace
absolutely love that shit. First
Like
time I heard that back in the day, I damn near fucking pissed myself, bro.
Dude, you know how bad it was when you like search my like images? It was just pictures of me dressed like Hitler and like memed on Hitler.
Bombing the
Yeah,
Hasbro
really.
Corporation.
That really like angry looking face that you've got on that picture, yeah, that's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm like,
Oh, man,
no.
All those moments lost like teardrops in the rain. Good old YouTube days.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing streaming worked out. Otherwise, an employer would search your name and see you dressed as a Nazi.
Oh
kicking
yeah,
down the doors at Hasbro.
Worski's going out for PR jobs. They Google his fucking name.
It's either
like,
that or drug dealing.
They'd be like, all right, look, I got to explain a couple of things, okay? So there was this thing called Internet Blood Sports. Fuck yeah.
Nah, dude, I'll
He's
just
like-
my fucking name. Hey, I'm Ryan. How you guys doing? I'm Ryan DeSanta.
They've
It's
done
like-
as like their very best to try to scrub IBS from every kind of like record.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
There's
disgusting.
so much quality content that got lost,
Dude.
man.
It's like,
So
hey,
sad.
listen, your resume is amazing. You're super qualified, but I did a quick Google search and I just see you burning your nipple, fighting in MMA, and kicking down the doors at Hasbro with the machine guns. Do you mind explaining this?
Aim.
Oh.
Every single video we see is just says like deleted for violation of TOS for hate speech. I don't know
Oh,
why.
no.
What's this about you going to beat up some guy in a wheelchair with AIDS?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's just
Funny
internet stuff.
story.
Don't worry. By the end of the story, you'll want to as well.
Exactly.
Oh my god, Jesus.
Classic
That was
shit.
that was just a script for Dark Fist 2 that never made it to filming. So
Yeah, it's guerrilla filming.
That sucked. That didn't go ahead. Oh my God. What
Yeah.
a pussy for not turning up. Tell you what. Every single time I think about this, I just think it's ridiculous.
I love how he challenged Ralph to a fight. What was it, like 2 months ago? And then instantly Ralph's like, okay, and then he just like backs out immediately.
okay.
I'm not even gonna
Oh,
bother
yeah,
not showing this time.
You guys heard what happened with that, right?
Yeah, I saw the stream.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
what, 3 kids? Yeah,
Three?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
only 2.
it's 3.
It was 3,
no.
maybe 4, but they
Good
know about
God.
3.
Oh, well, AP found like he did a stream and basically like showed like the documents and stuff. And the reason he changed the blood work or the name, he apparently paid for he paid a homeless guy, right, for his blood work or some shit.
What?
Because he couldn't isn't able to have a valid ID because he hasn't paid his child support for the 3 kids, right? And courts are looking for him and stuff, so he's like working like basically under the table or some shit. So yeah,
Wait, is that why he had everything running through his fucking grandmother? I thought that was to beat the taxes.
exactly. No, well that also, yeah, there was that, but also because he doesn't have the ability to. So yeah.
What a fucking herb, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my God, that's the most New York shit I've ever heard.
I
in
was
my
like,
life.
what the fuck did you
A
say? man?
herb? Oh, what a
Listen,
corny herb.
Bro, it's not my fault you guys don't speak New York. All right, it's not my fault.
New
Yo,
York,
we got
coffee.
Towers trying to go down in the chat. My
Oh, yeah,
bad.
Butter. Oh.
Let's go. This is not
Speaking of
Odyssey.
New York.
Butters in the chat said he works at a Burger King. Yeah, that's true. Tonka does work at Burger King now.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like for I don't know what it was like, but it was like a year or something that he worked for Burger King. It was like that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and it was on Twisted Minds a few weeks ago. We were like making fun of him or whatever, and people kept donating to his stream like $1 and saying like deadbeat dad or whatever, or deadbeat donga and stuff like that. And so basically he had like the banner on the top, like heading through. It said but he had no idea for the entire episode, so it's a deadbeat dad donga and shit, just scrolling the entire time. And then he removed the banner, and now he privates all his videos for members only.
Wait, oh wow! People
Wait,
like,
really?
people member to
Yeah.
his channel, dude.
Yeah. Members only thing. Everything is members only, except for a few. I do see sometimes there's public ones, but most of the time it's members only.
Well, I mean, his chat's all fucking wrenches anyway, so, I mean, I guess it makes sense to make it members only at this point.
True.
Yeah. Oh,
Last time I
man.
watched one of his streams, it literally was just a sea of blue wrenches, like in that chat.
It's like, honestly, you can't even watch those like ironically. You know how you can watch some people who like you hate to make fun of or whatever, and like you can't. It's unwatchable even for goof. You're just like, oh my god, this is exhausting. It's like a fucking everyone's just sleeping, going, yep, yep.
Well, to be fair, man, like even when the Kumite was a fucking thing, it wasn't entertaining without like Jim or you popping in, dude. Like if it was like, and failure is he's all right, but like it just wasn't entertaining unless there was a guest, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, he had such a good thing going, but you know, it is what it is. You know, that's it.
I mean, listen, I heard Burger King has great health benefits, bro.
Well, he wanted to pick a fight with literally everyone. He wanted to make himself like the top dog, and to do that, he decided that, Andy had to go, Jim had to go, Ralph had to go, and at the end of the day, he just destroyed himself. That's all that happened.
Yeah, and when you have all those, sorry, go ahead.
No, you, Andy. Go ahead, man.
I was saying, when you have so much like shit, like so much skeletons in your closet or kids that you don't pay child support for, when you have all that shit, like just stop talking. People are gonna start being pissed off and look into you. And AP was the one, he got fed up and was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking find some shit on this dude, and he did. And now he looks even more like way worse than he did before, which I thought was impossible.
I was gonna say you would think that something like that would be impossible because, like, dude, I mean, imagine tanking your own rep like that. I mean, because I mean that's your job, right? You're a streamer, like you're this personality. Like, why would you take like your brand or whatever you want to call it and just nosedive it, man? For what? Like to look like some fucking tough guy online? That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one would ever do that to their internet rep. That would be very unadvisable.
Not if you're making money off of it. I mean, I could give a shit less, like what people think.
Well,
of me,
it's
but I
just
don't make
like
money off this
everybody
shit.
on the internet fucks up from time to time because everybody's human. But it's what you do after you fuck up that's really important. Tonka just kept doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down. Honestly, he had a brief resurgence after the Boulder stream. Because remember, the Kumite had completely fallen off the map even before the Boulder stream. And nobody really wanted to associate with Tonka after the IBS apocalypse. But after that, he got a little bit of shine back on them. The numbers started to improve. Things started to be better for him. And he took that opportunity and decided, you know what would help me? Getting in a stupid internet fight with Andy Warski.
Oh, yeah. That was fucking dumb. A dumb
Yeah,
idea.
and in fairness, the that probably was a good thing to do to a degree if he was going to follow through.
Oh yeah, exactly.
If you guys had actually fought, that could have potentially made him a bit more popular. But
and like no matter who won, the respect would be like, oh, like
definitely
showed up and fucking threw some fists. But no. 100%. He's just, like sometimes you have to just drop your ego and just fucking move on. That's what I had to do. I'm actually like, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm so happy the aim thing happened to me, not because of like how ridiculous it looked, but because it forced me to like take a step back or stay back, as they say, or as I said, as I yelled, drop your ego and start fucking working on yourself. And that's what he could have done. Everyone, like most people who fall will get back up and keep going if they're resilient enough. I mean, Ralph's been through it. I've been through it. A lot of the people we know have been through it. Most people have been through it. If you're an online personality, it's bound to happen if you have a lot of eyes on you. And he's just stubborn. That's it. Like the stubbornness, you know, it just keep like it's like mundane Matt is the exact same. Where instead of being like, you know, he still acts smug and tries to be smarter than everyone and this and that. And it's like, dude, this is the opposite of what you should be fucking doing right now. You know what I mean? No humility makes you look horrible.
It's true, honestly.
Dude, I have no idea about any of this shit. I've been completely silent. I'm so lost on internet lore. Sorry.
Yeah.
You and me
Well,
got
a lot of this stuff doesn't even fucking matter anymore because it was like, what, 2 fucking years ago? People's memories only last maybe 2 or 3 months at best.
And with internet time, 2 years ago might as well be another century, man.
True.
That's very true, honestly, dude. Boulder Gate happened in 2018. That's what 4 years ago, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
It
feels like it feels like forever ago, dude. Like that feels like back in the day shit.
Yeah, I feel like 5 years have passed by since aim. You know what I mean? Like I really feel like I'm in a different time. Like I can't even remember.
Wait, when? I mean, I don't know if you care about, but like when was that? Now that I'm thinking about it,
that was
2019. I think
2019.
Yeah, 2019. It's been 2 years and a bit. Yeah.
I feel like it just was 2019.
It was that thing, dude. It really just was. And it feels like a million years ago because so much shit happens, like literally.
So much shit every day, dude. Like, god damn. That's why. That's it. That's why fucking shit seems so long ago. It's because like every day is it's so jam packed with bullshit. There's no cruise control days anymore.
No, every day I open Twitter. Like even today we were doing whatever, and then Kyler's like, "What the fuck is that on Twitter?" And I just see it was I can't even remember her name. That singer, Demi
Lovato.
Oh my god, dude!
I was like, and it's like, and the headline was, Demi Lovato is non-binary, and this is why it matters. And I'm just like, can we have a fucking day?
Literally nothing changed except for a word that she calls herself.
Yeah.
Like, nothing.
Like, shave your head or something. I don't know. Do something. She looks the exact same. I can be like, hey guys, I'm non-binary. Like
stunning and brave.
What that's it.
Stunning and brave.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell?
Adam Ray Swirsky comes out as non-binary. This is why it matters.
It's true.
It's tomorrow's headline.
Holy
fuck. At the height of that, you probably could have said you're trans and got a load of articles about it.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Oh my god, you know what? Yeah, because that's what this fucking bitch is doing right now, right? She's saying that like, oh, you know, the reason why I overdosed and the reason why I did all that shit is because I didn't really know who I was, and now that I came out,
and now I know who I am. Nobody.
Andy, can you imagine if you turned around and went, listen, I realized that what I was doing was I was living in a body that I didn't feel like was mine, and now that I've come out as non-binary, I feel like everything's changed for me, and I really am. I know my truth now, and I know that wasn't me because this is me.
And when I said aim, I was trying to aim for the truth in my soul. I was lashing out. I was lashing. You know what I mean? Yeah, because she did like we tried watching a documentary. I ended up reading an article because it was like way too long and filled with bullshit. But apparently she was doing heroin and coke and got like two heart attacks or some shit. Like,
dude, she was doing everything.
But yeah, she was.
And it's crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy, dude. Because she was a little dimey back then, and then she was going out with Luke Rockhold, this UFC fighter, who's a stud muffin in his own right. And she was on the ball, and then she just started fucking her drug dealer again. And yeah, that night that she overdosed, whatever, in 2019, 18, whatever it was. She was like on crack, heroin, meth, everything at the same time. Just put it all in a bowl and I'll chug it.
But that's the thing, dude. Like, that's why this whole non-binary thing needs to be something for her, because it's like, yeah, you were famous and you were good looking, you had a good couple of hit songs or whatever. At the end of the day, you're just some fucking thought slamming dope, and there's a million of you.
Yeah.
Literally a million of you. Like, go to Brooklyn. I will find you 25 thoughts slamming dope that the dope ain't hit him that hard yet, and she looks better. They look better than this bitch.
They try to
so
fuck?
she-
Or...
I mean, shit, you got dope. What's good? No,
I mean, I can figure it out, dude.
I'm just saying. So like, she needs relevance. She needs that comeback angle. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna shave my head off. I'm gonna get fat, and I'm gonna tell motherfuckers I'm non-binary. Like, that's,
No,
that's
I don't
gonna be
think.
my way
Dude,
back.
I don't think she did that on purpose, bro. I think when you stop doing meth and you're still eating the same way, you get fat, and she's doing it for the attention just as much as she's doing it for herself, because she's fucking lost. Those people are lost, bro. Did you see the person that was on the interview with her? Alok or Alok, the fucking Indian guy with the...
I think I know who you're talking about, but I was like skipping through and I just couldn't like handle it today. It was so boring.
Dude, if you ever watched the Drew Carey show, do you remember that fat lady with all the makeup?
Yeah, Mimi.
Yeah. Mimi, dude, he had that much makeup and it was just some Punjabi guy.
Goodness gracious.
We do have some callers if you want to.
Yeah, let me go ahead and because we actually have some D Live super chats here. Sedan with a diamond says, "Take all my remaining lemons, Gator. Fuck D Live." Okay, well there you go. There goes my D Live channel. Flow Euphoria with a diamond says, "Keep talking about lolcows. Max is a loser." Oh, is there some beef between you and Flo?
Oh,
who?
A Flow Euphoria.
Oh, no, I don't think so. He just said Max no. Is he saying where's he talking shit? Because I'm looking at fucking Trovo and he's being super nice to me in the Trovo chat.
Also, he's talking shit in D Live, but he's nice on Trovo.
He's non-binary.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I see we got Flam in the green room here. Let me bring in Flamenco. Hey, Flamenco, what's going on, buddy?
Hold on 1 second.
He's probably caught him. Maybe caught him during his WoW or something.
Probably.
You know what? You know something? And this is just to touch on this one last piece, because I know we're not going to talk about Demi Lovato all night. But like, dude, non-binary, like it makes no sense. Oh, I found myself. I came out as non-binary. So you found yourself. You're nobody. You're nothing. You're just in between. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, Andy's on the floor. Oh no, Flam.
Oh shit, Flamingo kicked your ass right off the couch.
It's to keep my back straight.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm back.
What up,
What's
Flam?
up, Flam?
Not much. Just hanging out. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Good. We've just been kind of
bro.
shooting the shit for like 45 minutes because my internet's been kind of shitting the bed. So we haven't even gotten to any of the topics I wanted to talk about.
Oh, good. And then me being late isn't gonna hurt anything. Excellent.
Nope,
that's what
not
I
at
like
all.
to hear.
Not at
That's what
all.
I like.
I think I have Flam turned down super low because we played Age of Empires one time and he was drunk.
I was really drunk. I was shit-faced drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, I just turned you back up. I was like, why is he so low?
Yeah, probably because I was like constantly just like, "You're great. I love all of you, especially Bibble. Bibble's my and then and that's probably why you had me muted. Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. It's great. You just come in and you throw Andy off the couch, though, man. That's truly disrespectful.
Now I'm leaning on you, Avon.
Yeah, it's all right, buddy.
Just sitting between his legs like a little kid watching TV.
let me see where I am on the thing. I'll fix it for everyone so it's a little bit better.
Don't worry, Andy. It's just a flashlight in my pocket, bro. I promise.
Yep.
Aw.
Aw.
That wasn't like a sad awe. That was like a disappointed awe. Andy.
Oh, that was.
You wanna?
That's exactly what I was doing.
He's like,
You wanna-
first, God damn it.
He thought it was gonna be a regular Maglite, not a mini Maglite. That's why.
Got some super chats on YouTube here. Pete for 5 says, Demi Lovato with that simple Jack haircut. An underscore for 5 says, Gator, do you remember everybody shut up? I have an erection.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious.
That's
That-
Demi Lovato?
Oh
No.
no, that was a
No.
rant stream, dude.
It was the rant stream
oh,
where it
man.
just kept playing over and over again, and he slowly but
Yeah.
surely was losing his mind.
Absolutely hilarious.
I just
Excuse me.
heard that like 500 times on that stream, and he just didn't know what the hell.
He didn't know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
He was freaking
Because it was
out.
every time someone shot a dono, right? Every time a dono came in, it played.
No, it was
Well,
it was
anytime,
when
like,
it was
a
subscribed.
lemons.
Yeah, it was
Oh, was
every
it? Okay.
every single lemon.
Oh man.
It would pop off. It's always like, everybody shut up. I have an erection.
A
he was like, "What the
dude,
fuck?"
That's like you could just spam that.
Yeah. I've done that
Dude.
to people before. And they
That
would
was-
turn off
that-
their notifications.
Bro, that was so classic. I actually, after that stream, it was stuck in my head. I had to go find who made the fucking song and put it on my Spotify. Because I could not get it out of my head. I had to listen to the whole thing.
I think you just liked it, dude.
It's true. I did.
Like, oh man, I was so annoyed by it that I got it on Spotify so now I could hear it in the car.
No, I wasn't annoyed. I thought it was hilarious, bro. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It was very funny.
You're still in front of Andy. Hold on, let me see.
Wait,
Okay, it's
catch it.
okay. I'm
Well, I like if I'm the
in a
dog,
real-
then I gotta be on the floor, or either
Yeah.
Cass needs to be on the floor. Maybe I don't know.
Like, yeah, don't put me on the
They
floor,
don't like
dude.
you
I
on
got
What's
I-
the?
like, I'm
Yeah, we
allergic
definitely
to
don't
the
want to put
Dan.
Avon on the floor. That would be that might be
Listen,
be
that's
bad.
bad optics.
A bad,
Bad
optics.
optics.
I will
Disavow.
make sure you get canceled. I swear to God. You put me on the floor. I ride at the
There we
front of the
go.
bus.
There we go. I just renamed
There
you
we
to
go.
Z Flamenco. There we go.
There we go. The flamenco.
The
The public
flamenco.
space.
I like
the
how
public
I
floor.
like how you're all like I like how you're all worried, like I'm uncomfortable. I'm like I'm on a chair. guys.
He's uncomfortable on the floor.
I'm not really on the floor.
If you're not like physically on the floor.
I appreciate it though, guys. Thanks.
No, you're
the
back.
seat-
You're back. Your back's gonna get all fucked up. We got to get you here. Scoot over, guys. We got to get him on the couch. He's not feeling good down there.
Yeah, just put me on the armrest. Give Andy a little more room. My guy needs some Lebensraum, you know.
We're role playing the couch on Gator stream.
Musical chairs.
I gotta say, you got a nice studio though, Gator. The green room, it's
Oh,
lacking.
dude, it's
There's no
nice.
coffee. No coffee, bro. How do you have no coffee in the green room? What is that?
Yeah, and I had on my rider that I needed fucking just green Skittles, and there's just a bowl of fucking Skittles not separated. It was disgusting.
Well, you know how it is. Ralph gets all the. He's got all the money and all the. He's got the big, nice, fancy studio. I've got the, the back lot out here at Killstream Studios.
Gator's over in Studio D.
Exactly.
We
I'm
can't
over at
have
studio.
coffee. We can't have coffee in these green room studios just in case we ever have Destiny back on because
Oh,
his
God.
Adderall abuse would probably not jive well with caffeine intake. You know, let's you gotta be conscientious of all your guests.
We don't want him
Oh,
to
it's-
accidentally ascend to the ethereal plane.
That's true. If that guy talked any faster, he might just flap his gums and fly away.
Underscore for 2 says Andy challenged Gator to make for the desk.
See, obviously, what we really need to do is we need to have Andy being the only one center on the couch, and then everyone's right behind the couch.
Oh yeah, like a certain picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, if enough people get in the call, there will be people behind the couch too.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yes.
no!
Oh, it's gonna be a painful one.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
Oh my god. Oh man. I
We got
knew I was
another,
getting in trouble when you guys-
Wow. Wowbagger dumped a shitload of diamonds. He said, dump those lemons, and he donated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds, 6 ice creams, and 5 lemons. Flow Euphoria with another diamond says, Max, it's the true duality of man, so Chad, yet so Bet. Oh, beta.
Good. So no demon shit. Thank you, whoever donated that. I reached like 6.66K subscribers on YouTube. And I'm like, hey, you guys need to get this demon shit off my channel now.
Either have to gain a shitload of subscribers or lose a shitload of subscribers. Hopefully gain.
I did gain, so I'm at 6.67K now. So that no
Nice.
demon shit anymore. That works out well for me.
You're sweet, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, well done with that. You're been doing pretty well with that.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. I get a lot of views when I cover like weird internet drama, which I'm probably gonna do tomorrow because that's gonna. I just
saw your
found out.
tweet. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what was it about again?
Like some fucking like crazy bitch that is accusing Rocco of Mega 64 of like
Yeah.
grooming her when she was 19.
I seen that
Oh.
today. Oh my goodness.
Fucking roll my eyes. Holy
Yeah, I've got that.
shit.
I've actually got the post from that Rocco guy on Reddit.
Yeah, he responded to it too. It's just like, holy shit. Fucking
Oh my God.
people need to make up drama now. Like I think this might have had something to do with the Game Grumps drama that was happening like a couple of months
Yeah.
ago. But like in all fairness to the Game Grumps shit, it wasn't like the person's original post about their experiences with Danny that like led people to believe it. Like some of the people on the like the anti Game Grumps subreddits or whatever were like deliberately misphrasing things to make it seem as if like, oh, Danny was like chatting up this girl sexually when she was like 16 and then bang her until she was 19 or something like that.
You talking about Rocco Ziffredi, the porn guy?
No, it's
No,
Rocco.
I'm talking about
Bote.
Rocco for Mega 64. They
Rocco
they do.
Bote, something like
Wait,
that.
why
You
do
might
you
have
know
seen
male
some of
porn
their
stars?
videos where they like dress up as video game characters and do like Frank Hassel type shit where they'll like basically do things until people call the police on them. They're pretty popular though. They've had like collaborations with Kojima and Miyamoto, I think, in their videos.
I never heard of them before today, but I'm not in that space really with the video games
Yeah,
and all
me
that.
fucking neither, dude.
But I seen that girl's. I guess she made like a TikTok or something, and they put it on Twitter. And I seen what she looked like, and the girl looks like she's out of her mind. Like
She looks like she's out of her mind now. She like looked like kind of like a scene girl when she was 19.
You're 19 years old. You damn well know ain't nobody grooming you, son. Like, what's wrong with you?
Well,
here's the story.
So like some of the shit that she puts in here is like, well, you know, I met him when I was 15, but we didn't start like dating until I was 19. And she was like careful, like not to say like, oh, he was like doing things when she was 15. It's like, but I get there was a 10-year age gap, but I was a teenager and he was 29 and it was super toxic. And I'm just like, dude, the only problem that this guy has is he sticked his dick in fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit.
Give me a break.
Dick.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
And
It's
dude,
the
that's
same
shit I'm
fucking
talking about.
thing that happened to Dan Avidan. He met this girl originally like in passing because she was a fan of his and they took a picture, and then he didn't actually start chatting her up like till years later when she was 19. And then of course, since he's a internet dude and she's, psycho, he ghosts her. She gets mad. She decides to, oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh, you guys have to hear this story. He's such a groomer. He's such a creep. And it's just
Well, okay,
like,
so let me correct you on that one real quick. The allegations of grooming wasn't from the person who was doing it. It was from the people who were covering the Reddit post and then saying grooming. And the like I said before, the anti-Game Grumps subreddit like deliberately made it sound it's like he was very sexually suggested towards a young fan without saying the age. So like there was a lot of like deliberate like deliberate obfuscation from people who weren't actually the accusers. Her whole thing was like, yeah, Dan is like a fuckboy and like he ghosted me and shit like that. And like you can criticize him for that, but like who really gives a shit? But like
He's in
Yeah,
a
I mean,
band.
that's not grooming. That's not fucking grooming.
Hey,
He's
it's
in a
broader
band called
movement.
Sex Ninja or some shit.
Ninja Sex Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, what do you expect?
That's the same band that did the I Have an Erection.
yes,
Yeah.
same band.
Dude,
There
I
you go,
remember
there you
this,
go.
bro.
Who
I
cares?
It all comes full circle.
I remember this guy's videos back in the day, 14 years ago, where he would like reenact real video game, the Hitman thing where he in public he just
Yeah.
pulls somebody behind the thing and comes out in his clothes. That shit was so good.
Well, the Assassin's Creed thing where
Yeah.
he's like walking by people, but he's doing that thing where he puts his hand on their shoulder, like he's just walking through the like a full crowd, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like
Dressed as a monk.
and he was hiding in a hay bale or whatever.
Holy shit, 14 years ago, man. Wow.
Yep,
Yeah.
they are old YouTube. They still have like a presence. They're not like as big, but they have like a pretty dedicated following still.
Oh, wow.
I just don't understand what the girl expects. You banging some guy in a band. What did you think he was gonna marry you?
Yeah, she's just
Who
fucking
knows?
butthurt.
Who fucking knows? But like, I unironically kind of based in implying that like 19-year-old girls aren't fully functioning adults. I mean, kind of based. Not gonna lie.
Well, let's be real. How many women in their late 20s are fully functional adults? Today, not many.
0.
On Twitter,
Zero.
non-existent.
Twitter, 0.
Absolutely 0. I can't stand even talking to anyone under 25. They don't understand shit about shit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
That number's
Alright.
going up. That number's going up.
going-
Pretty soon it's going to be 28, and then it's going to be like
30.
32.
Oh, Brian
Ugh.
Stelter says that they had an interview with Dick Masterson in 2008. Nice. Yeah,
Did
like
they
exactly.
really?
Yeah, they're old and they're popular.
Nice. Oh, dude, I'm gonna pop off. All right, I got some shit to do. So, your Gator, thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy. I didn't really get to any of the topics I was going to talk about yet, but it was good to have you here for at least a little bit.
Yeah. I'll swing by tomorrow if you're doing something.
I might. I'm gonna scream at my ISP probably tomorrow and be like, "Yo, what the fuck, guys?" So I
Wicked,
may
man.
do something. I may do something. We'll see.
All right,
Later,
man.
Andy.
All right,
Yo,
yo,
good-
peace, guys.
Good
Later.
talking
Peace,
to you,
buddy.
Andy.
buddy.
Take it easy.
All right. Have a nice night.
So what are we even trying to cover?
This River City Ransom thing that he did where like in the game that when the bad guys die, they say barf and drop a bunch of coins. So he did that thing where somebody runs up to him, hits him, he says barf and drops a whole shitload of coins. Oh man, that guy was great. Anyways, sorry.
No, it was a great segue. So the first thing I was going to talk about the Ralph stuff here. He released a tweet just kind of letting everybody know that he's doing all right, that he's going to come back to streaming next week, starting on Monday. He's going to stream for the entire week. Then the next week, he's going to take another little break for the memorial service and for the funeral. I'm not 100% sure where that's actually going to be held at. He said he was going to release information.
Probably a good idea not telling people to on that
Yeah.
one.
He's gonna
honestly.
tell-
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's going to tell people like where they can send flowers, like the website. They can actually like pay to send flowers and regards and stuff like that. So he'll
Yeah, please,
release that sometime next week, I think. But I just want to read his tweet out for everybody. He said, "I just want to thank everyone for the outpouring of support I've received since I posted the news about my mom passing away. I haven't gotten back to everyone yet, and they're still coming, but I've been reading them and liking all the extremely kind retweets." He says, "I don't know when I'll be back. I originally thought Friday night, but it might be next week. People were asking about flowers, how they could help. I will at least put the flower info out when I get the date set for the memorial, June 5th target date. I wish I could say I was doing okay. Could be worse, though. I did see this text message last night that I happened to save last year. My mom had sent it to me. I don't know why I saved it. I guess I knew I'd need it one day, so must have too. Thank you. Love you guys." And this was from his mom. It said, "To my son, never forget that I love you. Life is filled with good times and hard times. Learn from everything you can. Be the great man. I know you can." So,
Oh man.
Ah, man, that's lovely. It's very nice.
well,
Sad,
it's times
man.
like these that really gets you back to what's really important in all of this, and that is friends, family, and loved ones. It's the most important thing. And I think, Ralph's kind of taken this time to remember the important things in life. Me and him have talked pretty extensively the past couple of days about, what he wants to improve about himself, what he wants to improve about the show. And I think, though he's kind of, it's hard. It's very difficult what he's going through right now, but I know that, when he takes this next step, I know that, he's going to hit the ground running. He's going to do very well for himself. He's going to improve himself. And, he's got great people around him. May has been fantastic, has been a great shoulder to lean on for him. She's been there for him every step of the way. He's got all of us, all of his buddies who, there to help him back up when he stumbles, help push him to keep going forward, to keep bettering himself, to keep, wanting to be better, which is the most important thing. So, I think this break has been good for him for many reasons. And so, when he comes back, I think it's going to be a better Ralph. I think it's going to be a much better Ralph.
Well, it can be. Yeah. These really bad events can easily be turned into a positive. Obviously it's tough for him, but that's why I said on Twitter, stay close to people like May, because people can really shut down in these times, but hopefully he doesn't do that. And obviously May's good for him. So yeah,
we don't have to dwell on this, man. Like, let him go through the morning, and I'm sure that it's not great for somebody to hear other people talking about them and like just trying to get in their head and shit right now. Like, let's just let him. I mean, it's your show, but
only thing I'll say is, I've been listening to Ralph for a long time, and every time he goes through something tough, the man comes out 10 times stronger. And I'll just tell you, he was laying some of the stuff he's thinking about the other night. He and I and May were out to dinner, and he's got a fucking fantastic plan going forward, dude. So when he does come back into this, and I think he's going to come out, he's going to swing for the fence and just hit a fucking dinger, because he has got a fucking fantastic plan moving forward with, Odyssey and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he comes back.
Heck yeah, man. Fantastic game plan with Odysee, Killstream.tv, which is in the process of being set up. I think people can actually subscribe now, but it's kind of weird and janky and kind of broken, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it now. And I don't think any of the content's visible yet, so I probably wouldn't do it now. But all those announcements of when that site's going to be 100% and ready to go will be forthcoming. Obviously, things happen, so we don't have the website quite ready yet, but it will be, and it should be, over the course of the next week, 2 weeks or so, something along those lines.
Yeah, the website was always a good idea. When we were talking about it the other month or so, whenever it was, great idea to do, great thing to do.
Yeah. Looks like we got an Aussie in the green room.
Yeah, we can't exactly bring him on with the D-Live thing, but we could bring Pond on, I guess.
What I can do is, since I have...
Is Boris allowed on D-Live?
Since I have the restream
suggest turning it off. Yeah.
Since I have the restream thing, I can actually turn D-Live off. So I could actually turn D-Live off.
D-Live. See you, D-Live. Thanks for tuning
time
in.
to move on if you want some Australian goodness. Then I don't know.
Sorry, Lemon Emperor. This is a YouTube exclusive.
Yeah, go over to YouTube. I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, so go over to YouTuber Trovo.
Damn, the things we do for Rand, huh? Holy
I know.
shit.
He better have brought some VB. That's all I know.
So I'm going to be...
400 watching on D-Live wiped off the map so we can hear him say the N-word over and over.
No.
Better not.
I will kick him. I will kick him so hard the ants will feel it if he does that.
Oh, I actually can't post the link, but yeah, if you want to put the link in the chat on D-Live. It says links is disabled.
That's probably
really?
Smart.
Yeah, that is probably smart.
Yeah, I just thought mods would be able to do it.
Oh, they probably did that when everybody was fucking leaving, I'm sure.
Yeah, I am mod on here, but it didn't always used to be the case that links were disabled for mods. Yeah, they must have really changed something here.
F in chat for D-Live audience. Rest in peace, Sweet Prince.
There we go, I posted it. Alright, bye D-Live people. Go to Trovo or YouTube. There's about 38 of you there, so I will see you on YouTube or Trovo. Sorry guys, but we're going to bring in Randbots, so
Bring on Ray.
Bring on Rambot.
Bye, guys, on D Live. And D Live is dead.
Rest in peace.
Do you want me to drag him in?
Press S.
Yep. Hey, Rand, what's going on?
I heard you needed someone to say the N-word about 300 times.
No, absolutely not. I will kick you. I will kick you.
Neighborly.
You won't.
No, I'm very flattered. I didn't actually expect you to kill D Live. Like as soon as you said D Live, I was like, oh shit, yeah, no, I guess not. And then he's like, all right, I'll turn it off on the restream. Well, I'm chuffed. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, we heard you brought VB, so that's really all it is.
I'm drinking the very cheap Audi's knockoff of VB. I'm currently getting stuck into Rivet.
Yeah, Aldi's is actually the truth, man. I fuck with Aldi's.
Audi's ain't bad. I mean, it's about the only place you can go in Australia now where you can actually get full strength lager for around about $1 a can.
Dude, I'm
man.
watching chat and they're just so upset. We haven't heard a single gamer word, but we're talking about grocery stores instead.
That's all right.
This is
I'm thinking.
anticlimactic.
Don't worry, team. Look, I know I'm not going to
Don't
say
worry,
it.
team.
I'm not going to say it, but rest assured that I'm thinking it.
Well, as long as you think it, as long as you don't say it, that's
Somebody
fine.
said
The word
somebody
is here
chat
with
goes,
us in
Rand,
spirit.
Rand is a ticking N-bomb.
No. I mean, I did my time in the Trovo mines, so I did learn to moderate my language a bit. I can do it. I can do it on occasion.
I'm
It's,
thinking about getting a racism forever tattoo down the inside of my left bicep. I think it's
That'd be a great idea. Yeah.
Speaking
You
of
should
D
post that
Live,
on all your social media and tag your employer.
I am my employer. I'm
There
fired.
we go.
That's how you do it.
I was actually on D Live for 3 hours today.
Oh, naughty. Where
Yeah,
was
Really?
I
I was,
say it, though. Let's not fuck
I
those
was
per-
given a special request. Now, good, friend of the show, Dingo. They went and permanently disabled his chat. Like they didn't ban him, but like they disabled his chat. And he goes, fuck it, Rand. You know what these cocksuckers have done to me? They've disabled my chat. Like my channel there on D Live is now effectively useless. Because what's the fucking point of doing a show if I can't interact with my chat? And so he gave me the stream key. And he said, burn it down, Rand. And,
Oh,
Gee.
and it took him we were on the front page for like over 3 hours. It took him 3 hours to notice. Now, funny enough, we did the full works. We were playing clips with the N-word in it. We were being as obnoxious as possible. We even played the Dr. Rumor, the tranny song. When it actually flicked off, we were actually playing a news clip from CNN about Jewish people staging fake hate crimes. That is when the D Live finally turned off.
Oh
Wow.
man, God, I wish I would have known about that. That is hilarious. Yo,
did
by
you
the
have
way-
that stream recorded? Because you should put it up on your Odyssey.
I'm still doing the stream. I'm recording it right now. It's gonna go up on Odyssey.
That is amazing. That is incredible.
By the way, this bit that you and Dingo are doing of method acting each other, it's quite hilarious. I gotta say,
It really is.
It's fucking scary how good you guys do.
He has these moments. Dingo is he gives and he takes. He's sweet and sour.
Oh, you remember my my donut from the other day? We all know how high I hold Dingo in regard. Very respectable guy.
That's right. Now, how'd it go? I loaned out my secretary to you this weekend.
Oh, it was great. She came on the bull stream, and then the next day the crypto market crashed. So I'm blaming her.
Oh yeah, she did great. Yeah, she really killed the market. It was brilliant.
Fucking
You let
Thanks.
a woman have the controls of the market for like a moment, and then suddenly it all goes to shit.
I'm telling you, that's what what it was. The market makers just got distracted. They seen a woman at the computer, and they just all lost their shit because they don't see drugs much.
Humana, we got a tit cow.
Exactly. Everyone's sitting there scalping 15-minute charts, and then all of a sudden, boom, milk trucks. What the fuck?
Hey, now I've been doing pretty well.
Oh
on
God,
the
Kaz,
1
your
minute.
microphone.
Oh my God, Cass, what the?
Are you getting a fucking incoming fax?
Is your phone too close to your microphone? Because that might be what's doing it.
It probably was, yeah. To be fair.
So on Gator's show, it's the microphone. On our show, you're doing everything in light mode and blinding the audience. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what, dude? You can't talk for just just figuring out headphones exist a couple of days ago.
Got a message incoming from Pond here. She says, "I bought the dip," and then she says the N word. I don't know whether she's referring to you guys.
I think she's referring to me. I don't think she got the memo that it's a bit.
No, what I was saying is, no, I've been doing pretty well on the 1 minute chart on it. So don't talk shit, Avon.
Hey, listen,
Well,
if you're
dude.
scalping 1 minute charts, good for you, man. That's a stressful fucking thing. I used to only scalp 1 minute, and my hair is fucking gray because of it.
Dude, my heart rate increases by like 1,000,000% while I'm doing it.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
you know
dude. When you slap fucking 10 grand at the bid, hoping for a quick spike, and you're sitting there looking at your stop loss on 2%, you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wish it was only 2%.
You know what's crazy? That you guys are getting banned off this platform or that platform, but like because of your accents, it's like impossible for you to drop a hard R, isn't it?
Don't
that's
tempt
true.
him.
I mean, I have
Like
to
try it. Like say
No, Max, no. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not
Look,
doing that.
For me, typically, it does come out as a soft A, even when I really
Yeah.
mean it. But with
when you
concentration,
really mean it.
with concentration, I can do the ER.
Well,
It-
say hamburger.
No, just
No.
just to
Hamburger.
it sounds very ridiculous when British people say that word.
Yeah.
It
To
even
be
just
fair,
sounds
that's
a bit
not the
cringe.
only thing that
Yeah.
sounds ridiculous when you
Yeah,
guys
you
talk.
are right with that.
That's
Yeah,
It's
true.
just-
Blinko's got that.
Everybody has like the one thing that they can't do, but like it accent wise, and like for British people, I don't know about Australians, but for British people, like they can't even pretend to be American and say the word hamburger. They're
Yeah,
always
it's pretty difficult.
hamburger.
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 Speaking
But
of
yeah, no, I mean-
hamburgers,
You're
here's
welcome for the
Butters.
second
Yeah.
bit.
We
Speaking
can
of hamburgers.
replicate this feat without actually getting in trouble. So gun parts. So I would refer to it as a trigger. When I'm saying things normally, like that's a trigger of a gun. But with concentration, I can say that is a trigger.
And your powers of concentration are powerful. I know you went to camp for it.
Oh my god.
The
Okay,
only
we're getting right to the door here.
the only
All
Australian
right,
dumb enough to go to boot camp twice.
Yeah, this is
Anyway,
this
Butters is in the-
season 7 of South Park levels of humor. Like we like that doesn't fly in these modern times, dude.
Butters is here. Hey, Butters.
Butters! Hey,
Hey
Butters.
guys,
We need-
I just magically dropped out of the sky and landed right between Avon and Kaz over here.
Oh, so it was a soft landing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. It could have been a trampoline where I just jumped on one of and just jumped right back up into the ceiling.
Well, good thing that didn't happen, huh, guys?
Yeah.
No.
Damn, that would have been
This
horrible.
took such a wholesome turn from where it was going originally. Thank you, Butters.
Gator
Yeah.
decided he needed the class to join up a little bit. He's like, these guys are a little too much. I need we need some intellect in this motherfucker right now.
Well, it's a pleasure to have me on, everyone. So I see you got the Chill Stream crew, you've got Flamenco, you've got Kaz, and you've got the fabulous Randbot.
Oh yeah, no, you know what? Me and Avon are fucking chopped liver, Butters. That's how it is.
I see.
Yeah, it's
So Buzz, what you been up to? How you doing?
Well, it's been a quiet end of the month. I mean, summer is just around the corner, but it's also the 1 month of the 1 year anniversary of the late unpleasantness is I think everyone's going to refer it to.
what, the peaceful protests?
Yes,
They were very peaceful.
very super peaceful. Super peaceful.
Ah.
There was nothing.
Yes,
nothing.
That's right, man. Residents of Boogie Town all around America got very triggered and started burning things down.
That was a wonderful use of the ER. You did
Nailed it.
very
Nailed it.
Hmm. I know, and it's been still iconoclasm continues to this day of news. For example, I saw that Maryland abandoned its state song "Maryland, My Maryland" because of the first verses referring to Abraham Lincoln as a despot, and the whole Baltimore massacre that happened. The song went, avenge the patriotic gore that flecked the streets of Baltimore. Yeah, that
Mm.
probably is why you got scrapped because It'd be funny to say this song is racist. I'm like, how is this racist when it's describing literally one of the first massacres committed by the U.S. Army in the war between the states?
But
Well,
it's
because
history.
Yeah, I know,
that tyrant Lincoln has been hagrified by the unjust and morally bankrupt winners of a rightful war, the War of Northern Aggression.
Yes, you called it by the real name. So, yeah, I'm also here to say, very unfortunate to hear the tragedy of Ralph's wonderful mother passing away. And what really upset me was that he never even got to say goodbye to her in person or say last because of the whole COVID
Because of the
restrictions.
because of the stupid fucking COVID shit where they put her in that facility where you couldn't see her.
Yeah, it
that
was like a
hit
10-day
because,
thing, right?
'cause-
10 days he couldn't see her.
and that's what Ralph was. That's what he was afraid of. Because I
Yeah.
remember he was telling me. He also said publicly that like he'd been basically like fucking wrestling with the staff who were like trying to kick her down to another facility, and he's like, I'm not going to be able to see it. And yeah, unfortunately, his fears were well founded.
Yeah, I also thought it was appropriate, and of course it's unfortunate, he gets kicked off of Patreon, which I sent them a pretty angry letter dismissal because that also meant the content that I did with him was also gone. So I cut my ties with Patreon. I think it's still on Subscribestar.
I don't
And of
think
course-
I don't think anyone could send as nasty a note to Patreon as Ralph did. Holy shit, I saw that.
Oh, that
He
email
did
was
use an
pretty funny.
interesting
Yeah.
word that we can't say on YouTube. I saw
Yeah.
the screenshot.
A word and a statement, a phrase that we can't use on YouTube or Trovo or DLive or any platform.
Where is this?
Man.
I haven't seen it.
It's on
It's
Telegram.
a-
I'll send it you, and I'll send you a DM. Fine.
Yeah, DM it
Yo,
to
hit me
so
with
I'll
it.
do
Hit
that.
me with it too. I gotta see this.
Yes.
For those who are confused and beguiled, he used a now not so used term for people of alternate lifestyles.
Mm.
Yes. And
I-
told
my
them to
angry
not
letter-
so peacefully sunset themselves.
My angry letter.
Very slowly.
I wrote mine in pre-1918 Russian, so I use a lot of Russian mat, which is the curse words they use, and Russian swear words. Holy crap, they're artistically offensive. That's how you could rearrange the language. You could put like two swear words for like two roots into one swear word. So I basically called them a bunch of redacteds and a lot of bleeps, bloops, blots, in a very colorful way. And I said farewell, the boy.
You could probably get away with saying it. I don't think the tranny moderators actually speak Russian.
That's a good
Yes,
point.
and that's also I said I was gonna hold off on any bonus episodes with him to see he goes through with this. I mean, the last one on Rome we did well, and hey Maximus, I apologize. I did get a couple of those names wrong, describing very important and famous Roman figures.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
Well, welcome to
was-
doing history podcasting, where you make one minor mistake and you get an incredibly long and angry email from like the one guy who knew what the mistake that you made.
No. I didn't send him emails or anything. We were on a stream together. I think we were on Ghost Stream, and the way he said the way he said Etruscan. Now that I'm fucking it up, but the way he said it, Etruscan really triggered me, and I let him have it. But
How could you mispronounce Eritrea?
Eritrea? Only the geographically inclined would get that joke.
Someone's asking in chat why Ralph was banned from Patreon. Ralph was banned from Patreon because Age Zero, his ex, reported his website where he wrote that article about her and claimed that he was doxing her. And Patreon, of course, believe Wyman, and so they banned him for it.
Man, and you know what sucks, dude? I was going to subscribe that day because I wanted to hear Butters on the Rome podcast that day, and then we got news of its demise.
I was going to watch.
He still has Subscribestar.
Yeah, so he's still going. Don't worry. Like the Patreon streams aren't going away when he's ready to return to
They're
work.
probably just going to be put on the on Killstream.tv when it's up and launched. And I think he's going to kind of do what Warski's doing with his show and take the Subscribestar and do special events with people that are subscribed on there. And maybe take as many people as they want to and like transition them over to Killstream.tv. There's a lot we're kind of working on talking about right now.
Oh, that's right. He does entire like subscribe only shows, doesn't he? Yeah.
And the thing
Yeah.
with that banning is that it's actually his ex-girlfriend, her information is public, by the way. So it's not exactly like it's not like something that he pulled out of a magic hat and said go. I mean, it was already well out there.
The irony is incredibly rich that she was like the head mod of fucking Encyclopedia Dramatica. And if you know anything about that fucking site, I mean, I shouldn't actually be surprised that when the opportunity presented itself, she ran for the Jannies. But like Encyclopedia Dramatica is supposed to be like this countercultural fuck you, we want the cowboy internet back type thing, 2 fingers up in the air. But when it's convenient, oh no, Jannies, please help.
It's just petty nonsense. We could see through that.
And easy peasy will let you know all about the stories of behind the scenes, like how 3 out of
Isn't
the
Easy
5.
Peasy like the only moderator on Encyclopedia Dramatica that hasn't gone to prison yet?
Oh well,
Yeah.
it's not
Well, he's Jewish and he lives in Israel. He also follows me on Twitter. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I should
Dude,
be
he won't
worried.
follow me on Twitter. I'm pissed off about that.
Well, he
Yeah.
only follows
What if he
really
follows
slims,
me on
Flamenco.
What were
Um,
Twitter numbers again, like Brand recently?
Okay, let me have a look. Right at the moment, 126 people in Entropy, 48 people on Odyssey. Let's go look at Post TV. How are we doing over there? 8 people watching on Post TV.
Wait,
So
Post has a streaming platform now?
Oh, you don't
dude.
even know where he's.
you don't even
Holy
even
shit.
know my
Oh my
dude.
God.
Like Graph is doing a one-man internet. He cannot be stopped.
Graph fucking gave me a blue check mark on Post. I want to fucking kill myself.
Now I only know about Post because of the Wyatt thread.
Well, yeah, Wyatt.
That was
Wyatt,
pretty epic.
Wyatt had really fucked Graph over a little bit because oh shit.
Oh, you know who else follows me on
32%.
Twitter, Flamenco?
Wyatt?
Yeah.
Did his Twitter survive that rant?
No, he
just
it
made
He's
a
on
new
his
one.
new Twitter.
Of
Yeah.
course he made a
and
new
he
one.
had another rant, which I think you covered, Rand, but which he just deleted the whole thing, after it was all done.
Oh, was that the black one with that 4-year-old twin? I haven't actually.
That's
I've been
what I was
meaning to actually go over the whole hell thread, but I'm sure someone screen capped it. So
Yeah,
it's
that's what I was
It's
thinking
probably
about. I didn't
archived.
see the other one.
Yeah, he does seem to be on a bit of the provocateur side. Like recently on Twitter, he said,
Oh, he's a
you know,
glorious provocateur.
Yeah.
His video game one was amazing because he's just going here's a post about video games. Here's another post about video games. Here's another post about video games. By the way, have you heard about this guy called Dr. John Money? Just there's zero lead in. It's just straight back on talking about trannies.
I gotta say,
It's so effective
goodness-
too. I'd love to see Post's charts whenever Wyatt starts a new thread, because that people get super ass mad at it and they immediately go over to Post to yell at him.
Yes.
Wait, are people actually following Wyatt on the Post to bitch at him?
Yeah, they
Yes.
did. They did. They
Yes.
did that day. And
They
every
do.
time he posts a link to his post, they go over there and Graph has to wonder why the servers are melting into the ground.
Yes.
Oh, Graf knows.
He's just
Graph
like,
knows
fuck
exactly
Wyatt.
what's going
He's like, God damn it, Wyatt!
Oh, Graf loves it. He's a shit. He too is somewhat of a shit stirrer.
Yeah, it's like Graph is running like an RBMK reactor, and Wyatt's the one pulling all the control rods out and just having Chernobyl level meltdowns everywhere.
I was thinking the same thing.
I know.
All I get following me is fucking Vito. I fucking hate my life.
God.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
are we
Oh,
gonna get
I
to
actually
that?
got into a bit of a tizzy with him on one of his posts. Like he
That's
tried
not
to-
hard to do. He
Yeah.
will respond to anybody that will give him attention.
I
A
know.
tizzy,
and,
you say?
Because he's a pathetic clout chaser.
Dude, he's jealous that a pedophile's getting attention. I don't know,
What,
dude.
he's jealous of his best friend in the world, Mr. Girl?
Yes. Yes, he is, because he's trying to do the same thing that Mr. Girl does.
Well, they are thick as thieves. They are IRL
Yeah, I
friends.
know.
Yeah,
just-
that was others. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just fucking ridiculous what they're doing, and it's gross. It's gross. It's disgusting, and they know why. Like they're doing it because they want attention.
Well, so
They're
the
literally
Mr.
doing
the
that.
Mr.
They're literally
the
doing
Mr.
that ancient meme off 4chan. You know, the one where like, "Hey guys, hurdy durdy dur," and they go, "Fuck off, retard." Jokes on them. I was only pretending to be retarded.
That's exactly
Vingo
what it
does
is.
this every fucking day. Every fucking day he does this.
Yeah, the Mr. Girl thing like would possibly work as like if he's like genuinely like not a pedophile. But like the fucking podcast that he's on, it's like, yeah, this dude, like there's something fucking wrong with this dude. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like it's not an act, it's just like people are calling him that for good fucking reason. I don't know.
You go on Mr. Girl's website and you go through some of his videos and you know, may Allah forgive me for saying this, but I have.
Oh yeah,
You know, like how deeply invested are you in doing a joke before it stops being a fucking joke, dude?
Let's ask Amos Yee. Oh wait,
Oh,
Oh no.
AMOC now entering cell block C.
No, Amos, he's just gonna get deported back to where is he from? Like
Was he from
Malaysia?
no,
Bangladesh?
he's from that Pacific country that like you can't criticize the royal family of. I think
Thailand?
Myanmar.
Is it Myanmar? Yeah, and like, dude, he's gonna get fucking caned. I don't
No,
like.
it's not Myanmar because Myanmar is under a military coup. It's Thailand. I think
It
that's
might be
Yeah, you
Thailand.
can't criticize the royal family in Thailand.
It doesn't matter wherever it is. They have caning. He's gonna get fucking caned, and I don't think he's
Thailand
gonna,
definitely
like...
does have the cane. Now, look,
Singapore.
I put this to you that that's actually a more ethical solution for minor crimes and misdemeanors than jail. Like, think about it, right? Public caning. You go there, you take your licks. I mean, and half of it is actually like social humiliation, like you're being publicly punished. You get hit on the ass, and then you go back to your life, probably with something to think about. When you go and throw people in jail for like 3 or 4 months, they'd lose their job. Their whole life falls apart. You destroy someone's life when you just put them in jail for like 2 or 3 months. Oh, okay, 2 or 3 months in jail.
Yeah.
You fucking ruin a man's entire life. His career is gone. How about this? I say to you, it is more ethical, and in fact, it is better for the state and society for minor crimes and misdemeanors for you to just like get hit on the bum like 10 times and walk it off.
Or just like
it's
the
Singapore,
stocks or
apparently.
something. Like the like humiliation aspect of it could be like, because people would probably bitch about the corporal punishment part, but like just putting it something, it's like, I stole from somebody, I did this, like I have a feeling a lot of people probably wouldn't do it a whole lot more often afterwards. I don't know.
That reminds me. There was this one story about a woman who actually, you know how it's illegal if a bus driver of a school bus stops and they have a stop, you're supposed to stop on both lanes.
Mhm.
Well, she went up on the sidewalk around the thing like before, and so when she caught her, the judge ordered her to wear this big sign on her thing saying, you know, I broke the law by illegally passing a school bus while it was dropping off kids. Please don't do. And this was forced humiliation. Am I thinking? That punishment makes a lot more sense than her just like paying a fine at court.
we need to bring back public humiliation.
Well,
Yeah,
wasn't
absolutely.
that Joe Arpaio?
Yeah, because you know what
whatever that guy was?
fines. You know what fines punish? The poor.
Yeah.
Rich person doesn't give a fuck.
I
about
too
a fine.
have played Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes, I agree.
It does. It does. Yeah, that one.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but
god, I love that game.
here's the thing. I don't care how fucking rich you are. Getting fucking caned with a length of bamboo, you're gonna fucking remember that.
Oh yeah, and it's cheaper too.
It would
honestly.
probably be more of a punishment to them, honestly. Like the like status of
The status
losing
of the rich and mighty. Yeah, being led, like having 2 plebs fucking hold your hands down and another pleb hit you with a bamboo. Yeah, that's actually more punishing to the rich. Bring back caning.
Imagine
Yeah,
that being
but-
done to like Elon Musk. like how do you live that down?
Well,
I would love
I've-
to see that.
I've seen some of
I'd
his
support
tweets.
that
He might
completely. Yes,
He might
Let's,
enjoy
Elon
it.
Musk.
do that to
Elon Musk might actually enjoy it. Yeah.
It's yeah, I mean, hell, my punishment for all the people who smash towns' monuments, I'm like saying, you go, you fix them. I'm forcing you to repair all the stuff you broke, or you're expelled from the country and you're not allowed to vote ever again. That's what my
Well, I
punishment would
mean,
be.
expelled from the
Yeah,
country.
well-
Like, it sounds like you're hitting them with the same thing twice. Honestly.
Well, when you got people in government in this country that hate this country, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, now the United States will never bring in a law that like expels you to another country if you commit crimes, because like, you know, within the next 3 or 4 years after that law being passed and implemented, half the fucking government will be in Israel.
Yeah.
Wait. That's not what the government is now.
I see you are too a man of culture.
Indeed, sir.
I thought you were going to go down like a bankrupt private prison way there, but no, you went down that one. Okay.
People didn't believe me when I first mentioned it, but there are special Jew prisons in the United States, and you can look it up. This is very real.
Wasn't Bernie Madoff in one of those?
Bernie Madoff did not
Yes.
get to go to the special Jew prison because the people he ripped off were Jews. He
Yep,
had to go to General Pop.
Yeah, he had to go to federal pound me in the ass prison, but he was well.
He was protected. He had his own cell, I believe. It was away
Cohen
from
went
the violent.
to the
violent
special
criminals.
prison, I think.
If he had any brains, he would start teaching guys how to go in there and manipulate the markets and help them make.
If
some money.
he had any brains, he wouldn't have been ripping off his own fellow
peoples.
Yeah,
his own fellow travelers, we'll call them. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of high profile prisoners have gone to the Jewish
rootless cosmopolitans.
Michael Cohen, I think, went to it, didn't he? Rand, you probably know that.
There's quite a stunning list of famous alumni who have gone to those special prisons. You can find it right there on Wikipedia.
Oh, there you go.
And this is the thing. I mean,
some of the names may surprise you.
To get back to the caning thing, dude. Now, you know, it is not cheap to house these people in these prisons at all. You know, your tax dollars are going to this, and I would rather pay for some guy to stand there with a cane and, you know, whoop this guy's ass for a few minutes rather than put a guy up for a few years, make sure he's got, you know, good meals and shit. Some of these jails got fucking good exercise tracks. They got fucking basketball courts. They got all types of crazy shit. I don't got it that fucking good.
There's a reason that societies typically didn't really have like prisons like the way we have them now. And that was because, like, you know, this is why they would do the public beating and that sort of thing. Because, like, okay, the guy misses a day of work, and he's going to be sore the next day. But like they understood back then, people have families to feed, people have jobs to do, so they didn't have like prisons. They would have like prisons, but that was like more of a political thing, you know, royalty and such. When a man fucked up, like, yeah, you'd just be horsewhipped in the public square. And then let go because he had things to do. He had to go back to work.
And of course, you know, it's better better for the country that these people are actually paying taxes rather than you know, sucking taxes off like prisoners are basically doing.
Yeah, absolutely. But then
maybe
right
working still.
I can imagine, you know, Randbot making a killing off of like we have the stockades and people throwing like fruit and stuff at them, and Randbot's in the corner. Get your tomatoes over here. Go and strike the bullseye. Make them all red for good
You
old
joke,
man.
but people literally did make a living doing that.
Firm enough to really sting, rotten enough to really stink.
No, the gross ears and that sort of thing would actually save up their spoiled food, and because, you know, like, you know, Sunday is whipping day. You know, they'd save up their spoiled fruit, and then they go and hawk it to the crowd when they brought out the, you know, the list of people who were in deep shit that week. And then you could throw spoiled vegetable products at them.
Mm-hmm. It seems as if your criticism of the prison system mirrors one by Thomas Carlyle as well. He actually would say, like,
I was thinking that
the prisons are like this is you know, the people who say abolish the prisons and stuff. I'm like, this was basically a liberal creation because they saw that, you know, oh, it's cruel and humiliating for someone to get, like, you know, caned or having physical punishments. We think that's cruel and unusual. We'll just throw them into these segmented off buildings of isolation where they are not allowed to, and we'll let judges and lawyers decide how many years or time is needed for them to be allowed back into society after they've had their, you know, their their years-long timeout, essentially.
What's cruel and humiliating is when you take someone who's like, say he's a tradie, like say you got someone who's a carpenter, right? Like he's got through his apprenticeship, he's in his mid-20s, and yeah, he does the wrong thing. He gets drunk at a bar, and he pulls his dick out and pisses in the street. Okay, so now he's arrested for indecent exposure and public urination. Well, that doesn't happen in New York anymore. They don't fucking charge you for it.
Yeah, they don't
Alright,
charge
so-
that. Yeah,
and
you
so
can
the
piss,
judge-
you can piss anywhere.
And so the judge says, "All right, you're going to spend 16 days in jail." Okay, he loses all his contracts. Whatever company he was working for doesn't, like, oh, okay, well, you're not like fuck you. We'll go hire someone else. Maybe he's got a young family. Maybe he's got a lot of debts to pay. He's fucked. He is put in a hole. That 16 days in prison has like fucked up the rest of his 20s. He's like years behind. That's cruel and unusual punishment. You know what should have happened? He's pissing there in the street. A cop comes up and fucking gives him a fucking whack on the back of his ass with his or give him a kick in the knee with his fucking nightstick or something and say, "Oi! Don't fucking piss on the street. Get walking."
Well, when
That's what should have happened. That's a
when-
more civilized country.
well, you need a more I hesitate to say, but a homogeneous society where people take responsibility for their own actions after the fact, or people are held to a certain social standard. But when you have everybody, I don't know, man. There's a us versus them mentality when it comes to every social dynamic in this country, and that's what's killing us. We were literally just talking about this, Avon,
Yep. It's
about
and it's just,
when I was in Vienna, and I'm looking around, and it took about 2 days where I was like, wow, this is what it looks like when this is what it looks like here, and there's a reason why it doesn't look like that there. I don't know. We're on YouTube, so
Well,
Yeah,
I
be
believe-
careful.
I'll go
careful.
private with Rand. I'll go private with Rand, and we can sit there and fucking go back and forth about.
we all know why.
Well, you're all
It
welcome
makes
on my show anytime you like. This
Yeah,
is-
I'm just saying there's a reason why nobody threatens to leave this country, because it's not like the other part of the country would be like, "Oh no, please don't go."
Well, the left always has the eternal threat of I'm going to move to Canada.
Yeah, no, but you don't hear that. You don't hear that.
No,
in
they're
Gen-
moving to
in-
fucking Texas because California's taxes
Yeah.
are too high.
turning Texas blue. That's fucking great. And by the way, I know something. I know a few things about fucking Texan Democrats. I mean, Lord help me. Unfortunately, they're part of my extended family. I've met them. It's so weird dealing with people who have all these, like they lib, like your average shit lib NPC. They enjoy having all these freedoms, but they actively undermine the things that they like. Like the self-destruction is incredible. So like I've got these extended in-laws who are like from fucking Austin. Yeah, I'm sure.
Austin, yeah.
Need I say anything else?
Yeah,
I've heard
that
that, yeah.
tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah.
Everything they love about Texas, they're actively trying to destroy.
Well, that's what they do,
Man.
isn't it? They go to red states because it's so much better. Cost of living is so much more affordable. Oh wow, look at this nice family dynamic. Well, hey, where's my cupcake shop?
No, but you know what, dude? I was just in Austin, Texas a couple of months ago, and the whole fucking vibe of the city is so weird because, you go out to the night, you experience the nightlife there, and you walk into a bar, and half the bar is old Texas, and they hate the new guys, and the other half of the bar is the new guys, and they sort of resent the old Texas, and that fucking tension is in the air. And it's
I'm loving those screenshots of where people have like fucking spray painted "Go Home, Californian" like on
dude,
the sides of people's cars.
It's so crazy, and you could tell because it's like you got that one side that has all the rustic shit on that you moved here for because you thought it was cute. Like you thought it was cute that people are out there living like Texans, and now you're doing it like this weird ironic thing, and you guys suck, dude. And it was those bars, it was their bars, the ones that they went to, that were like, you have to put on a mask to walk in here. You can't
Of
go to the
course it
bar.
was,
You
yeah.
have to sit down and order. You can't stand up. It was just like, dude, where is? And then you drive a half an hour outside. You go to like Lake Travis, and it's the most based, coolest, most beautiful fucking area in the world. And those bars too, they're like, yeah, they're fucking making their way over here too. They're just locusts.
Yeah, I mean, these
Yeah.
people, they come in and they always vote against their own interests, right? I mean, well, they're doing it all over the place, but it's specifically Texas. So.
Hey, vote
I can
against
think
the
of
district.
I can think of a few people who have definitely been vindicated by time. I remember having some people tell me like, "Dude, you don't understand. California is actually a containment zone. Like once these people start leaving, it's going to get wild."
That makes sense. That makes sense, dude.
Mhm.
Because they hit Colorado first.
And you
They
see how
turned that
bad
into a
Colorado
fucking
has
cesspit.
shifted. It was a red state, a very reliably solid red state until they started moving out of California, and then all of a sudden, Colorado is about as blue as it can possibly get.
But that's the thing though. So like it still is a red state. Like if you go to Colorado and you talk to people, or if you go to Austin and you talk to people, it's still very much red. The thing is, you got all these new Austinites that like they fucking sit in their own little ironic caves and they fucking only talk to each other, and you don't even see them unless
You
you
go-
fucking
It's
put on a
'cause they
scarf in the
cluster.
summertime and go out.
It's
Yeah.
because
Go
they
and look at-
cluster into the major cities, and
Yeah,
they have
they-
enough
they- they
population.
do.
They have enough population that
I
they
got some stories
overthrow
about this
the
too.
people that actually live there. So
you go and look at- you
Colorado's
go and look at
mostly
any-
red, but you go to the major cities in Colorado, and they're dark blue.
Look what they've done to Virginia. Oh my goodness! So
Yeah, well, Virginia's actually a great example because you go and look at any political heat map. I don't care what state it is, and it doesn't even need to be America. I mean, this happens in other countries, happens in Australia. You go and look at a political heat map. The cities are blue, the rural areas are red. That's like
Yeah.
that's everywhere. That's universal. And like fucking oh, God damn
Vermont
it.
is a
What's his
weird
name?
one.
Carl Schmidt? No, that's not it. It was written in the 1920s. Butters might know who I'm talking about. He wrote about the urban man, and how the urban man has contempt for the country gentleman. And he says like the urban man, he's clever, but he is cynical, and he has no real morals.
yeah, there's I can think of a few people who have said this critique of urbanism. I mean, now sometimes there are cities without this exception, but these were cities that didn't have these ginormous skyscrapers, this awful city planning. I mean, most of those beautiful buildings we think of, they're all basically illegal because of these zoning laws, these regulations, and it's a travesty. No one wants to look at just look at the Scottish Parliament before and after, and I'm like thinking,
Oh my god. The Scottish
It's-
National Party, like the nationalists, the most communist fucking woke
Oh,
party in
God.
Europe.
I'm
are
not going
calling
to take them
themselves-
seriously till they paint half their face blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, very bluish.
But see, like especially in Northern Virginia, what's happened is that the swamp has slowly but surely leaked out into the rest of Northern Virginia. So the entire northern part of the state pretty much decides who's going to win the state races now, because just so many people have moved into that area around DC. And it's kind of the same thing happening in other states where they're starting to slowly but surely like move from California and other left-wing majority states into red states. They move into the big cities and they just slowly start to leak out into the suburbs, and they're shifting entire districts blue. And it's on purpose. I mean, that's why Biden is pushing this initiative to try to put Section 8 housing in the suburbs, because he knows if they can get Democrat voters in these districts, sooner or later they're going to supplant the Republicans and turn some of these reliably red districts blue in a generation or two.
I think you're
Play
giving
section-
Biden too much credit, dude. It's the people pulling his
Well, it's the
strings.
people pulling
there's
his
an entire
strings,
federal
yes.
department. There's an entire federal department behind this. Like there's the federal Department of
Urban
Housing, and
planning.
they literally
Housing
Yeah,
and
urban
urban
planning.
development.
Yeah,
And
Hut.
we've actually seen this on videos. They literally like to have a big map up in their office, and they're tracking like the widest places left in America and targeting them specifically for throwing, throwing the fucking light bulb people in there.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you, Section 8 housing is an absolute neighborhood killer. HUD is an absolute neighborhood killer. Now, from a contractor standpoint, HUD is great. You make a lot of money that way, but it kills neighborhoods. It kills communities because it brings in.
Well, that's on purpose.
I
It's
know.
not an accident.
Oh, of course, it's not.
I think Michael Jones kind of mentioned this in his book Slaughter of the Cities, and just seeing like, it's like seeing that there's these neighborhoods where people naturally congregate. They're largely homogenous. Well, something sinister must be afoul. I'm like, are you sure that? I mean, maybe that's just their enclaves. That's just their neighbors, because people are hardwired to be somewhat ethnocentric, or at least be feel comfortable with familiarity. Let's force them all together. Let's just put let's break up these enclaves. Let's force these different groups
Well, we
together
saw
that
what
they may not
happened
like.
after both world wars when you put a bunch of people that had nothing in common with each other in these, nice little neat little areas that they've, declared to be countries. What happens there? You get sectarian violence. It always happens. That's why the term Balkanization came from. Post World War I, they put all these people in the Balkans that fucking hate each other right next to each other in the same country. Guess what happened?
I'm going to directly quote Sir Oswald Mosley. They hated the beautiful diversity, and what he's referencing there is the actual racial diversity. They hated the beautiful diversity, all those grey men of the world. They said, take humanity, put it in a bag, shake it around, and heaven knows what will come out.
Goblina.
And that's what they're doing.
Goblina comes out.
That's what Goblinas come out.
The egregore of gray goo, as someone would put it. And it doesn't even, and it is, and you see this also, the futility of people trying to ban critical race theory, trying to appeal to the Civil Rights Act, or just saying they're openly discriminating. It's bad for they can't even name who this is targeted at. They say it's bad for Asians, it's Jews. I'm like, those are collateral damage. Yeah, it's bad, but like they're not the main target. They're targeting the people who are like who've been here for ages. I mean, I doth protest too much. Most of my family came from after the 1900s and the 1960s, but even then, I'm siding with the natives over these people, because it's like I came here. I love the people, the nation that came up with this. I don't want to see it be wrecked by you brought all of my enemies over from half the world just because you wanted diversity. What do you think was going to happen? You think we would get along? No.
I'm Irish. My opinion literally doesn't matter because everyone hates me.
I'm gonna shitpost.
Uh-oh.
Crush the urbanite. Crush the urbanite. Rent war now.
The suburbs aren't actually that much better, to be honest. They're not planned out well. I mean, have you seen like the growth of these suburbs, like in the last 30 years? Just how just houses upon houses upon houses, like tearing down.
Well, it used to be that each house had its own like unique plot, its own unique identity. But I'm not a big fan of these like rent-a-burbs where all the houses look exactly identical, and the homeowners association mandates that they have to be exactly identical. You can't put trees in the yard. You can't cut your lawn in a certain way. Like, any sort of change you make to the house gets vetoed by the homeowners association. I hate that shit.
Let me tell you why it's like that. It's all tract housing, and the reason is because practice has changed, and it's really fucking disgusting, because not only is the practice of building changed, but the craftsmanship and quality has gone down an insane level. But it's turned into this assembly line where you'll have an investor who takes this giant plot of land. He says, I want a subdivision here. You hire your engineers, your architects. They plot it out, and it's however many houses, and it's all the same build. So a contractor comes in, an assembly line builds it, puts his tradesmen down to get it knocked out as soon as possible. It's cheaply built. It's shittily done. It looks like crap. One of the greatest things, I did a subdivision once, and everything looked exactly the same. And the guy, one of the investors was like, "Oh, I wish it looked a little bit different, but it wasn't cost effective." He goes, you know what? Do me a favor. Paint all the doors a different color. So it's the exact same fucking house, but each door got a different color. That's customization.
There's
Oh my god.
the best case scenario is you get 5 or 6 different models of homes.
At best. And that's like
Yeah.
your good, better, best. It's like, all right, you want your single family, basic bitch home, or you want your quote unquote baller home. But the worst part is they're built like crap. I was talking about this with Ralph too, because DC is a beautiful town. It's a shame what they did to it. The architecture out there is beautiful. The buildings are phenomenal. And we don't build like that anymore. And that's part of why the country is fucking trash, because we don't fucking build anymore. We get
You know
shit
what,
products
though?
from shit countries and we slap them together like a fucking Lego set.
You know what though, Avon, and you could probably attest to this too. Down in Florida here, Hurricane Andrew changed everything when it came to the coating.
Mm-hmm.
And
did.
our houses are built like fucking brick shit houses. I mean, they're not.
Everything is CMU. Everything is CMU down there. It's all block, all concrete block. I did 5
Yeah.
build outs in Florida, in a few different counties. And Miami-Dade. If you're a contractor, never build in Miami-Dade.
Well, yeah, that's
Fuck
the
that
thing. So
permanent
like
This is a
people don't
swamp.
pay attention. People don't pay attention down there because everybody's trying to fuck each other over and skirt around the rules. But like
Mhm.
as far as everywhere else, I mean, Hurricane Andrew changed the way houses are built in the South.
I couldn't fucking imagine living in this in this fucking regulated home owners association thing. I was just thinking about my street, and then I was thinking maybe I shouldn't say anything because it's kind of doxing. But you know what? Fuck it. There's a guy who lives on my street. He's fucking obsessed with his lawn, and he's got like
Every
he's got,
suburb
like,
has that.
Yeah, but like he's got the best lawn in the street. It looks great, but like he's fucking obsessed with it. A couple of houses down, there's a guy who's like permanently parked an RV and like turned it into like an extension of his house. That's cool. And there's a guy.
That's the most Australian thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, come on, you guys do that too.
No, that happens in the South all the time. No,
You
dude,
never
that
heard of
happens
that
in the
fucking
South
trick?
all the fucking time.
What the fuck? You
There's
park a car and then turn it into an extension?
No,
There's
an
another guy
RV.
There's another guy on my
I've
street who
never
I think
seen an
is like,
RV turn into an extension in the U.S. And I've
No,
been to,
I've never
like
fucking.
No, he's not
that's such
saying
an
it was
Australian-
turned into an
I've been to,
extension.
like,
It was just
dog
like
shit areas.
he
No,
uses
it
the
essentially
RV.
becomes one. Yeah,
hang
'cause
on,
you're
I haven't
parked
got
right there.
I haven't got to the good bit yet.
It's like a plane
So-
crashes and we turn the fuselage into the baby's room.
There's this other guy on my street who I think I'm convinced he's like an apocalypse gardener. Like he's turned like the whole front of his where there normally would be lawn. He like has this this enormous home garden with all these like raised beds, and like he's got like no lawn. He just grows these rows upon rows of vegetables. He's also got a whole bunch of construction equipment that's just like fucking dumped on the side of his property. And then just another couple of houses down the street, there's this house that I've hardly ever seen the house because like right up to the sidewalk, it's like trees. And I only ever got a good look at it once when I was out walking the dog, and the lady was checking her mailbox, and I stopped and said hi. Behind those trees, they've built like a little fucking like fairy garden thing. It's like incredible. Like there's all these little in like behind the tree screen. There's like all these little walkways and a couple of like little park benches. It's a fairy garden, and I only ever got a good look at it once. Every time I drive past, it's just a screen of trees. It's all different. And I love it. And I could just imagine like a homeowners association would just fucking ruin that. I've got like, I look out my window, I see about 6 or 7 different things going on. That's diversity.
But I mean, like there are areas here, like the subdivisions that Avon was talking about. I mean, there's a lot of that, but for the most part, I mean, I grew up in an area where you buy a plot of land and you build your own house. It's, it's not all like that, but right outside the big cities, you do get these companies that just develop these fucking matchbox houses.
Yeah, and
But it's not all like that. And
it's
by the way,
also
Rand,
diversity.
Also,
every house that
Sedan
you've described,
in the Trovo Trat's actually more right than he thinks. He says Rand has kangaroos for neighbors. Yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
I back onto a reserve. Sometimes kangaroos just come right up to the fence line.
well, then you fucking nailed it. Because I was just gonna say that every house you described in that neighborhood is like a different version of a house that I would think is in Australia. And now that there's kangaroos there too, fucking perfect, dude.
Yep.
That's
See, if you got an HOA, there's no way you would be getting that subterranean bunker going that you wanted. Never.
No, all you need is a couple of drop bears, and you got the stereotype.
The
in every
dream,
American
the Australian dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fact-
Very
fact-
nice discussion of urban and rural planning. We just jumped around.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
see, that's the fun part about the Gator times. I just
about crypto and Berserk. Holy shit!
yeah, exactly. See, this is what happens on Gator Time as opposed to Ralph's show, because Ralph is very like structured. He's like, we're gonna hit this point and this point and this point. I'm just like, fuck it, let's just have a conversation. We'll see where it goes. But I do want to bring up the passing of Kentaro Miura, because Berserk is something I think that has really influenced not just all of us, but anime, video games.
I heard he gets fucked in the ass by a black guy.
He
heard
does.
that too.
Fuck.
He does actually.
Yikes.
Real hallmark shit, according to Mr. Antibully. Or quarantine coof now.
Yikes! I mean, damn.
Yeah.
The only reason I read about something about that. I had no idea who.
Wait, he's only 54? Shit, what did he die of? A heart attack or something?
Gotta be.
No.
An aortic dissection.
Yeah.
So essentially, like a
Heart just cut in half.
was aorta, basically, is what it is.
Yeah, he's
Well,
not very well.
aorta is the aorta is part of your heart.
Heart.
It's like one of the. I think
It's
it's
the
connected
main-
to like one of the
it's the main
valves
artery.
that go into the heart.
It's one of the
Yeah, you're not going to get very
yeah, I
far
think
without it.
And it's like if you have like a problem with it, it's sort of apparently a ticking time bomb.
Yeah,
which,
but what's the dissection though? Like that's what I'm thinking. It's
I
like
think
in
it's
surgery.
disfection
It
or
becomes-
something. I don't.
It becomes detached essentially, and then you bleed to death.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Berserk.
So, fuck. Is there any news? Like, is his crew able to carry it on, or?
I've heard myths about it that assistants.
There's a lot of rumors
are
floating around.
possibly-
He may well have laid down a plan for how he would like it to go, and so I'd say like odds on that there probably are ghostwriters who are going to pick it up and bring the story to completion.
Oh, not honestly.
This
I really,
this-
I would rather like a synopsis of what he gave out as like what the ending is going to be, but I don't really want to see like other people try to ape his art style.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because I've seen a few takes where people have said, "Look, I don't want it to carry on. It wouldn't be good for him, or he wouldn't want that." But then I've also thought, well, really, wouldn't he want it to continue? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm sure there's someone else in
review.
Japan who can also depict a raping horse monster.
Yeah,
In
they're good at that over there.
2018, he did an interview where he stated like one of his biggest fears was dying before Berserk finished. So maybe he had like a possible like contingency for that. I don't know.
You mean kind of like
Maybe.
Robert Jordan did when he passed away before finishing Wheel of Time?
That was literally the guy I was thinking about. The guy
Yeah.
like, and you know what? This story that I was going to wrap up in 3 books, boy, it just fucking prints money. You know what? I'm gonna write 15 fucking books and never finish the series.
Jordan was like diagnosed with cancer though, and he knew that he
Yes.
was dying. So like that was the other thing was that
His book series was diagnosed with cancer about the 4th book in.
no, that's not until like book like 9 or
9.
something. Yeah, like once Perrin loses his wife in the snow and takes 3 books to fucking find her.
You mean Winter's Heart? The worst fucking book in the whole fucking series?
Yeah.
You know, I remember, to give an ancient example of this sad death of the author phenomenon, one of my favorite composers of the Russian, Alexander Borodin, who's also a chemist, by the way.
Oh,
He
amazing stuff.
He passed away in 1887 while he was working on his opera Prince Igor. You know, that's the song with the famous Polovietzian dances. And unfortunately, he died. So 2 of his contemporaries, Rimsky-Korsakov and Alexander Glasnow, ended up completing it. But there have been other versions of the opera that have slightly different endings. Like, I think he passed away while he was halfway in Act 2. So they just continue, because you know he had the outlines for what he wanted to perform, and it's all the thing. And the only recent, that's kind of like my example from history, when death of the author strikes and scholars and contemporaries come in and to finish the work, basically.
Mhm.
See, the problem with this is it's not even about the art; it's about who owns the. He's published by Dark Horse, right?
Well, Dark Horse owns the localization rights. I believe that it's published in, I want to say Young Animal, which is a manga print. I think. Let me check real quick.
Oh, I just want to. Epstein didn't drive himself in the chat. Said, I wonder if Gator has talked to Ethan beyond his tweets yesterday. Is there anything you'd like to share sometime tonight when appropriate? Yeah, I already talked about talking to Ralph earlier, and he said that he plans on coming back next week. He's going to do streams for that entire week, and then the week after, he's going to take some time off again for the funeral, for the memorial, and all that stuff. But he should be back later that week. As far as I know, the blood sports match between Captain Tazariak and Judas Maccabeus is still go for June 1st, but I'll get clarification from him and then like tweet out something if he's gonna bump that or not.
Yeah,
that's
Berserk
good
was
news.
published in Dark Animal, which or Young Animal, which is a bi-monthly shonen manga like magazine or something like that.
Wait, oh, is this still going ahead? I saw Brian Seltzer in the Trovo chat said Borzoi is for Tuesday, March 25th. Hope he's still doing that show.
Yeah, Ralph said he's gonna be back next week, so that should still be go as well.
Oh, good, yeah. I mean, I didn't. I had some correspondence with him, obviously, but I wasn't asking him for dates. I just said, look, mate, take the time you need. It's going to be like the roughest thing in your life, and yeah.
MK
Anyway,
Fenders
look,
is bringing this up in the chat. He said the author of Familiar of Zero died before he finished his novel, but he had a treatment for how it was supposed to end, and someone did finish it. I hope that
I loved that show back in the day.
I do hope that Mira did have at least like some notes written down for how he wanted it to end. But I kind of agree with Flamenco here, is that I don't know if another person could really come in and finish it the way that everyone, to beat that level of quality that they expect from Mira. And also, I feel like it's going to run into the same problem Wheel of Time did. There's a lot of fans that hate how Brandon Sanderson, his vision of the characters, especially Matt Cawthon, I feel like he just kind of wrote him very stereotypically and just kind of shat the bed in his characterization of Matt towards the end of the series.
That's the problem you run into when you meander and you drag out the middle part of the story, like like forever, perpetually. Like Wheel of Time, like I stopped reading Wheel of Time when like I got up to like book 7 and I realized, there were like 4 million more books. I was like, wait, this shit's never going to end, is it?
It does end, but yeah.
It's like
the Wheel of Time turns and ages come into pass.
It just fucking turns
and
into
the next
Star
thing
Trek.
you know, there's finally another book out.
Oh, by the way, I brought Walrus Aurelia saying, "Hey, Walrus."
Hey guys,
Walrus.
thanks Flam and Rand for making space for me here on the floor so I can just kind of.
I was actually going to directly say, like, Walrus is in the chat. We should bring him in, but then I saw that he did it.
But yeah, like I mean, the biggest thing about the Wheel of Time is that it does flounder in the middle, and it's clear he knows what he wants to do with one character, but has no idea with, like, he knows what he wants to do with Rand in a given book, but doesn't know what he wants to do with Matt and Perrin. So he's like, oh yeah, by the way, Matt's just getting raped by the MILF princess of your dreams, and in this city down here, and then
Perrin's
looking for
Money
his
Queen, yeah.
Queen, yeah.
yeah.
At this
MILF
rate,
queen of your dreams, and Perrin is he's still looking for his wife. We'll come back to him again for one chapter in the next book, and he's still looking for his wife.
Warhammer 40k is probably going to have a conclusion before Berserk does.
Aw. Now I'm sad.
Well, I mean, the thing is that we keep going on about this, but I have it on good authority that at least 3 of us in this chat are fans of One Piece. So,
but One
talk
Piece
about
is
things that
already
are never going to fucking
75%
end.
done.
We're headed to the climax of One Piece now. Once they get out of Wano, that's gonna kind of be like
They gotta
go fight.
They gotta go to Eblif, and then they'll probably have like another arc, and then they're gonna be at Raftel. And then
Kaz, you know what the fuck? You know what these people are fucking talking about?
This has an One Piece's ending is like
Ava, are you with me here?
No, my anime journey ended years ago, man. I dated a chick, and she showed me Death Note, and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. And then she showed me Tokyo Ghoul, and I was like, all right, this ain't bad. And then she showed me Ranma 1/2.
Oh no.
Oh come
I
on!
got
You got two bangers and one shitty anime, and you quit out. Come on.
I got about
Bro,
200 and something episodes into One Piece, but it's not something that
Urusei
that I used to
Yatsura is the best thing that Rumiko Takahashi has ever made. And then she gave us
Yeah.
fucking Inuyasha, which is just
Yeah, she gave us like a lot of Fujoshi shit.
yeah.
What
She
about
Inuyasha.
Dragon Ball Z was pretty dope back in the day, huh, guys?
Dragon Ball Z is
Dragon
still
Ball Z
dope.
is
It
awesome.
was awesome.
All I'm asking for, and I don't think this is an unreasonable request, I just want season 3 of Konosuba, please.
Yeah, we'll
I
probably.
need,
get
I need,
that
to, I
soon.
need to find out if Mega Meme is actually the best girl after all.
Yeah, it could
Like,
be.
Which
I
she-
think
which she obviously is.
canonically she is. Yeah, canonically she is.
Is
Because
that
like,
the movie?
because like
Is that the mo-
Cosma,
okay.
Cosma like dates her and says, "Fuck you to the thought, darkness."
Well, they were literally going to bone before the demon army attacked, so there's
Yeah,
that.
don't worry. Don't worry. They get to that point, and darkness is salty about it, and whore. So
Doesn't that play
there you
into
go.
Darkness's kink though? So she's like gets super rejected, and that just like turns.
I
her
mean,
on even
darkness
more?
probably would get off on being cucked, but you know.
By the way,
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
do
so
not go to
darkness.
Google and type in pregnant Mega Meme and hit enter. Don't do that.
No, don't do it.
Oh
Don't.
no.
Jesus Christ.
Can we all, hey guys, we can all agree though. One Piece, Berserk, and all these other animes will get endings before Yandere Simulator gets finished. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yandere,
Oh,
Yandere
God.
Simulator is never going to be finished.
It's never gonna happen at all.
Man, I was hoping
vaporware,
you were
bro.
gonna.
That's
I was hoping
vaporware.
you were gonna say like a Song of Ice and Fire or something, so that I can pop back into the conversation. But no, you guys go ahead.
Okay,
Oh,
you
you
want
don't
to
know-
talk? You want to talk about crypto half tribals who will never finish their story? Yeah, okay, A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yo,
Yeah,
he's abs-
someone brought this up. Miura dies of an aortic dissection, basically a special heart attack at 54. George R.R. Martin, 73, been fat his whole life, still alive. No
That-
justice.
that fat fucking Gavone is gonna die before he finishes the story, and I'm gonna be
Well,
fucking pissed.
I honestly think he is never actually like he's full of shit. He's saying he will.
No,
He's never
no.
going to finish his story. He sold it out. He sold it. He sold his show to the TV
Yeah, HBO, and they
people.
completely
The-
destroyed it.
he sold it out to the goblins at Grigot's Bank. You know, I think you know what I'm talking about. And he had his moment in the sun. He got a lot of fame. He got a lot of money. And like he's famously a lazy cunt. He's never going to finish his story.
He doesn't
Well,
need
I
to
mean-
though. Like he gets invited to do like all sorts of conventions and shit. Like
Well, every
he's-
now and then he'll
It's-
release a chapter or something, and then but if you look at his little blog there, because he uses like an old IBM computer or something like that, where he can just
yeah.
go on and type something and then get off. So it,
Oh, by the way, you can pick the exact moment when the Hollywood set fucking ran out of book.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the very to the scene, to the absolute
Well,
scene.
I mean, to be fair, season 5 has like a lot of like the really like awful shit, and they were still going based off book shit. I still hold that like there are scenes of season 7 that were like really good. There's some retarded shit in season 7.
Okay, are you one of
But,
those
like-
people who like have your jaw drop like 4 feet when you watch all the ships come in Infinity War?
No. I did like the interactions between fucking like John as a king though and Tyrion and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty
dude.
well written.
Well, the thing there is that they all they really had to do was just fluff up the interaction that they had in season 1. Like, 'cause that
Yeah.
was literally the last time they saw each other was the beginning of the story. And they just had to make people go, "Oh yeah, these guys know each other. Oh yeah, they actually liked each other a lot. They're pretty cool."
But, bro, what they did to the Golden Company was disgusting. How they
Oh yeah.
how they did Stannis Baratheon was
Oh, we couldn't
yes,
we couldn't bring elephants
Stannis the
and yeah.
Menace. You know what? I say
Uh.
fuck the Golden Company. You know what we need to see on television and not have the usual set
strong
fuck it up.
bell loss.
Not the Golden Company. We need the Black Company.
I think we already
Oh,
got
that's the
that.
Black Company.
Oh, the Tales of the Black Company. Oh Lord,
Yeah, Walrus knows what I'm fucking talking
that
about.
that
Put
would
that
be
shit on
that
television.
would be such a shit fest though. Like,
Well, that's
yeah,
the
guess
thing.
what?
I
Guess what,
can't
Red?
trust
Guess
him to
what?
make it. I can't fucking trust him to make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you remember the White Rose rant? Not so white
Oh,
anymore.
they'll make her a. Oh, that's right. I'm on YouTube.
Yes, be careful,
Yes,
please.
you are on
There we
YouTube.
go. Pushing him to the line. That's what I'm here for.
And by the way, if you guys if you've heard about this whole thing about how they literally turn redheads into Negroes, the White Rose is a redhead. They'll make her black. I fucking guarantee it. You know what? Actually, I take it all back. Do not fucking
Yeah,
depict
do not
the
touch that
Black
book
Company.
series. Don't touch
Well,
it.
So I'm having trouble finding like any. I mean, and here's the thing: the season 4, the Battle of the Bastards episode. I'm pulling it back to Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Bastards episode is probably one of the best pieces of cinema I've ever seen, movies
that.
or TV otherwise.
They
And
did
then-
do that really well.
Oh my God, that whole fucking. And then after that was just like you're sitting there and you're kind of at the edge of your seat, like, oh, that was a weird decision, writers, but please don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up. And then by the time you're in season 7, it's just like, God damn.
Well,
How much worse can it get? Is what you're kind of saying. It's like,
I'm gonna
Season
drop
8 is
something.
as worse as it can get. Like
I'm-
season 8 starts out with 2 relatively good episodes, and then it has
Drops off
diarrhea
a
all
cliff.
over the fucking living
Well,
room floor.
You mentioned the Battle of the Bastards. It doesn't the fantastic work they did in that scene does not survive the end of the battle because they fucking ruin it by the point that it's like, oh, the giant breaks down the gate. Oh, he gets taken down by 2 arrows.
Oh, and then
for
like
some reason,
the ending
for
of
some
all
reason,
this is
for some reason, the person
Santa.
who gets for some reason, the one person who closes it out, who gets to kill the one guy, everyone was going, "Will someone please kill this bastard?"
turns into a slay
Sansa.
queen.
It's like, yeah, slay queen moment.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
so fucking gay. No, I
forgot
literally
the-
remember when I watched that, I looked up and I looked at my missus and she was already looking at me, and we just both shook our head.
Wait, wasn't
Yeah.
that the Battle of Castle Black?
Well, no.
No,
I mean, that was another
Castle
one
Black
too.
is season
That was
4,
another-
season 5. That was really good though. That was
Yeah,
really
that
good.
well, too,
Castle
yeah.
Black
I think
was
that the,
earlier. That was
um,
against the Wildlings.
That was season 2.
Yeah, it was
the end of
season
the
2.
second book.
No, that was like season
No.
4, I think.
No, you're
It's
thinking
the
of
end
you're
of the
thinking-
second book. It's the end of the second book, dude. It's the end of season 2.
Yeah, Castle
No,
Black.
not.
is-
It's season. It's
I'm
season
gonna-
5 or
I'm
season
gonna
4.
I'm going to
You're
drop
right.
an
Pretty sure it's season
obscure
4.
reference that only certain people are going to get, Walrus included.
He cried when Egret died. That's season 2.
No,
Wait, no, wait.
one-
no,
season
Flame
4.
Flame is right. Flame is right. I'm completely fucking up here.
No
Into
way.
season 2 is when John gets
the White
captured by the
Walkers.
gets captured by the wildlings.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
and Sam almost gets eaten by the White Walkers, but they're like,
Yeah, it's
this little
the
fat
battle of
retard
the
isn't
battle of
worth
the
it.
fist that we don't
Yeah.
actually get to see any of.
It's like
If-
the
if I can
episode of
talk- if I can
Treehouse
talk
of
about-
Horror where the zombies go for Homer Simpson. They look in his head,
Ah,
shake it around, brains, and walk
brains.
away.
Oh yeah, battle of right. See, into season 2 is King's Landing.
Anyway,
right?
if I can just very
anyway.
briefly talk about superior fiction,
Yes.
Walrus will get this, and a select others will as well. You know what? The White Rose was fake and gay. Lady was right. Lady did nothing wrong.
Is this a Twilight thing?
Yeah, I really didn't know. I didn't know
Lady
what to
did
think
nothing
of that by
wrong.
the
Like,
end of it. I was just kind of like,
She
I
actively
don't
didn't want to
know
resurrect
enough
her
about the
husband.
people that are supposed to be good to feel like that I should care.
No, she wanted to keep the Dominator from waking up. She built an empire, and all the wizards that were in the Resistance were like fake and gay and just as bad as the Numbered. Oh, the Taken.
Yeah, I was
Lady,
thinking the same
Lady
thing.
did nothing wrong.
Well, if there's any consolidation, the series that premiered after the final season of Game of Thrones was really good. I joke, it's like, Game of Thrones, we have the Night King in the massive battle, Chernobyl. Like, that's cute. Hold my graphite. I'll show you how you get a real villain. Or like the villain.
I need to watch Chernobyl. I heard it's really good.
Oh, it was fucking great, dude. Every
Let's
now
just
and
say,
then.
if you can
HBO
can
hits it.
actually look into the core of a nuclear reactor, something has gone very wrong.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, Mr. Rambot, I'm the nuclear engineer deciding to see. I heard you had a problem with your reactor. Oh yes.
Yeah, can
okay.
you go stick your head in the chamber, see if everything's all hunky dory? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come out
Like,
looking
hey,
like
I'm
the
19
Well,
fish
Rand-
from The Simpsons.
I'm
Well,
19
Rand-
years old, and I'm the lead engineer because my dad has a high inter-party position. I'll be telling you guys what to do here during this breakdown.
No, I come back. Hey, Rand, I think I found out the problem with your reactor. Would you like me to tell you?
No, you don't need to tell me. Your skin's already sloughing off.
Oh, that's the point. I'm not supposed to steam directly into the reactor.
Yeah, it's I just can't imagine a more horrifying and beautiful way to be told, yeah, you're gonna die.
What,
You just be able to look into an open, gaping nuclear reactor. You're just like, yep, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. It's over.
To gaze manually upon Chernoff. What do they call that? The blue light.
Charnov-kun?
Charnov.
Cherkov radiation.
Yeah,
Jerk
jerk
off,
off radiation. A lot of that.
Yes.
And the worst part is,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
right. That's what happened. That's what went wrong at Chernobyl. The fucking front fell off.
Cherenkov. It's Cherenkov radiation.
Cherenkov. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. Well, I know all about what happened. in
Minovsky
Chernobyl.
particles?
Actually, that does raise a question. How come radiation is depicted in popular media as green?
Green when it's actually blue. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
On the radiation, if we're being honest.
Is it the Blob that some of those old sci-fi movies give the impression that radio energy
Blob
or like
wasn't radioactive.
or
Was it?
like it's something that like is seen as like giving off particles like the corium that comes from nuclear meltdowns. It's not corium is not green. It's like it looks like a superheated part of an elephant's foot. That's what they called it. The corium mass under the Chernobyl reactor that blew up.
So I figured it out. I figured it out.
Just a second. Gator.
Wait, isn't it from the people like? Remember those women who used to put radioactive?
Yes,
like,
radium glows green in the dark.
Look at the.
yeah, they used to put this makeup all over
Just
themselves.
like the FBI and the CIA.
Glow in the dark. CIA
how you
radio.
guys, how we talk sometimes about like the perfect post plus username convo.
Right.
Okay, there's a question for us. Has Rand or Gator played Resident Evil Village yet? The
I have
username
not.
is Mammoth Milker.
Touche, I think. But no, I have not played Resident Evil Village yet.
No, I haven't played it yet either. But,
Village was really good. I liked it.
And of course,
It made
someone called
Brianna Wu
Mammoth
mad.
Milker.
It made
Good
Brianna
aspect.
Wu mad, so it has to be really good.
Wait,
I
why
think
was
that-
Brianna
Look,
Wu springing out?
anything that makes John Flint mad instantly gets my thumbs up.
you know,
I don't know who that is.
John Walker Flint?
No,
I think you may
no,
have heard
Rand.
of him.
That was the cue to stop.
All right, sorry.
You
That
know,
was
what's
the cue
the
to
worst
end it.
part about Chernobyl? I remember thinking, gosh, I can't believe the Soviets responded like this. A government, I hate to see what would happen in the future if a government lied about a containment leak that causes a worldwide panic 6 months later. Oh, yeah. So, about that Wuhan plague, guys.
Getting a
How
little
about-
bit too real. Things are too
How
real.
about
We need to
how about
stop.
them Shanghai shivers?
The worst, and the thing is like I can't imagine the people here dealing with Chernobyl as the currently is, because for as much as shit we give the Soviet government for all the things, including how it handled it, at the end of the day, they had enough connection to reality, enough civic mindedness to actually be ashamed of what happened at Chernobyl. Whereas the people in charge of this, they're just flatly denying the severity, or like they make
well,
the
dude, they
effects.
blew up a dam that flooded the area like right afterwards. People forgot about that.
Well, the Russians couldn't hide it, so they had to like one
yeah,
of
once
the chief
people in
problems
Sweden
was
started to get
it
it.
wasn't actually in Russia; it was in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
So they run into that problem there. I mean, the Ukrainians already weren't happy being a satellite state, and now you've just gone and created a major ecological disaster. It was a disaster for the Soviets. I mean, I'll give them this credit. They did actually handle the cleanup responsibly.
Yes, and it's compare the work the liquidators did to these so-called heroes of these doctors, these bureaucrats that we're supposed to worship. Like, thank you for wearing a mask, and I'm like, yeah, you're no liquidators. So many people risk their.
Making TikToks compared to like 30 seconds to shovel as much graphite off the roof as you can.
Yeah, and of course, not only with if the people in charge of the pandemic response in America, if these people in charge of Chernobyl, these would have the people, it would have the people who were directly responsible for both the meltdown and for the bungling of the response to the maximum degree, going back and shamelessly demanding more funding for next year on the grounds that the disaster proved how critical their funding really is.
Oh, and by the way, that was only one reactor that blew up. If you live in Eastern Europe, you might be you might be getting electricity and listening to us from Chernobyl, the other surviving Chernobyl reactors right now, because they're still using it.
No, they actually decommissioned the last reactor. It was shut down in 2000. They
did end up shutting it down. Okay, yeah, but it stayed in operation for like another 20 years. They're like, fuck it, we got. These things are fucking expensive. Only one of them's blown up.
They still work, right?
They still work, so why not?
By the way, we got $5 from Rand Disrespecter who says, "Big ups, Gator."
There you go. I think I've got a couple of guesses as to who that might be. Oh, actually, I did say someone in your chat here from Trovo, because you're using the restreamer. Someone was saying you're neglecting your Trovo dings. If you want to take some time out and do super chats,
I can take a look and see. I don't think I actually am monetized on Trovo yet. So. Yeah, because I haven't streamed on there at all ever. So
yeah, I tried to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got to be level 2. Jeez.
I got to be level 2, and I think I'm just barely level 1. So
maybe we could run through the 2 callers we got.
Yes, we could. We could do that.
Mana from your Trovo.
I've got a ding, but like usually, it's sort of like you should ask permission before you read dings when you're on other people's streams. You don't mind, do you, Gator?
Yeah, just mute yourself because I don't know what your chat's gonna say.
I can read it. It doesn't have the N-word in it. From Litchfield Godfrey for 3 manual typewriters. He says public humiliation doesn't work on the shameless. It needs the pain aspect too. This was, of course, a reference to the discussion we were having about public caning.
I think most. Yeah, I think the shaming. Good.
I was just gonna say that the shaming aspect, like. The humiliation and the shaming is important, but it can't be the sole thing. Like that's how women handle things, and it just creates resentment.
Like for people who
that's really my perspective of
it. The implicit assumption is that you don't want to be shamed in front of your peers. Like, so I understand like how public humiliation won't work on certain types of people. But it would work on the vast majority of people. I mean, it is shameful to be publicly humiliated. I mean, that's why people try and avoid it.
Yeah, I just think that you want to do something more than just because there's always the aspect of it's like, yeah, the person gets put in the stocks and then the rotten vegetables get thrown at it, like you talked about. Like there's a visceral element. It's not just a psychological thing.
I would say that the sort of people who aren't motivated by public humiliation eventually end up finding themselves being fitted for a noose one way or the other anyway. Yeah. So don't worry, we had our way of taking care of those people.
I believe that pain has to be a part of it. There has to be the physical component.
Pain there has to be a physical component. And as I said, like public beating is literally more compassionate than putting people in prison for a month or so. I stand by that.
Unless they get to go back to their home and to their job and all that stuff.
I'm willing to fucking argue with anyone who wants to give the counterpoint. I think putting people in prison for a month or so for minor things is vastly less civilized than a short but direct public humiliation.
Yeah, we need only take a look at modern people to understand why we use prisons instead of something that is so obviously good. Sorry,
you gotta understand. I mean, there are some people that are irredeemably criminal.
Yeah, like, and they get the death penalty eventually, one way or the other. That was actually one of the major things. Now,
so we got to whip this guy, let him out to rape again.
He goes by a whole bunch of names. So like Ryan Falk, Alt Hype, that guy. I don't agree with him on everything, but he does put out some fantastic videos. And one of the things he was arguing about, he did this thing. I think it's probably still available on BitChute. I think all his stuff is still up. He did this one as like, why are white people less criminal than other races? And he actually went and did this really in-depth thing. And apparently we were quite violent back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we had the death penalty. So basically 2% of the population of each generation would commit crimes that led to them being terminated. And most of these people would commit these crimes before they, like passed on their genetic material to the next. So by this process of rather passive self-selection, we actually bred a race of people who are, for the most part, not given to acts of random violence because
You're selectively that's interesting. You're
Civilization-
selectively breeding out psychopathy.
we literally
Civilization is literally-
eugenics. We eugenicsed ourselves with the death penalty.
Civilization is literally the process of man domesticating himself. That's what civilization is.
Attempting to.
Yep.
Yeah,
Slowly but
which-
surely, bit by bit, in theory, a little bit more each generation. But then
Yes.
sometimes you have really bad backslides, which is when civilization collapses.
Yeah, that's when my Oswald Spangler comes out and just yells, "Decline."
Well, Spangler, that was the guy who had that quotation that I was talking about
I think
the urban man is clever but cynical.
I think he'd like one of these studies that happened in about, I think it was 2008. It's called Pathogens in Politics. And one of the things they were studying is how areas, civilizations that developed in areas that were more prone to getting certain diseases and pathogens and parasites and stuff like that, they ended up becoming a lot more authoritarian because an outsider meant a new disease. So the more rules that a country or a civilization or one of these early bands of humans had, the more likely they were to survive. So certain areas today, their politics reflect the rules that they had to deal with when it came to outsiders and stuff like that, when they were dealing with parasites and pathogens.
Yeah, that's how
politics.
Vietnam won against the Mongols. That's actually one of the reasons the Vietnamese survived, because the swampy jungles across the Red River, full of a bunch of diseases, a lot of insects and animals that give you poisonous bites and stuff. Like the Mongols were not ready for that. So the
Actually,
Vietnamese did.
I'm just thinking of Vietnam, and yeah, that would probably not be a great place to be like a mounted horse bowman.
Yeah, that and
Think about all that standing water, dude. Like
no wonder they left them alone and just kept sweeping across the steppe. Like, yeah, they probably took one look at Vietnam and said, "Fuck that."
Well, they tried to conquer. They failed. They tried to conquer Japan, but then 2 typhoons literally wiped out their fleets just as they were stationed outside of the major cities.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Great Miracle. Yeah, I remember reading about
That's
this.
why that's where the term kamikaze comes from. It's literally the god wind came.
I
Divine
thought
wind,
they
yes.
didn't. I thought they didn't travel on water that their horses wouldn't drink. Or is that? Am I talking about Game of Thrones again?
No,
I
they did.
think that's
They did
the
actually.
Dothraki. I don't know
Yeah.
if the Mongols had that
No,
rule. or not.
the Mongols did engage in 2 serious attempts to invade Japan, and yeah, both times,
Yeah.
they
Both
their
times,
fleet-
God
their
was like,
fleets-
"Nope, I'm gonna save
Yeah.
my honorarians here."
like the Japanese didn't have to lift a finger. Like their fleets foundered both times, and they said, you know what, it must be the will of the gods. All right, moving on.
Yes.
The Japanese were ready though; they did know they were coming.
Yeah, they
It's just
did.
that
That's
both
true.
times they were like, both times they were like all assembled, ready to fight the Mongols. And like, oh, okay, guess they're swimming. All right, cool beans.
I think
Yeah.
one time that the Mongols actually managed to land before the wave hit them, and the Japanese got rocked.
Some of them did actually make it to Japan, and yeah, it did not actually go well for the Japanese. But that's the common story with the Mongols. Like literally, no one ever beat them. Nobody ever put up a good fight against the Mongols. Even the Europeans, they fucking wrecked the Georgians. They wrecked what we would now recognize as the Russians.
Yes, that's the reason why I found out I had like less than
They're
1% Mongol
they're
DNA.
they're basically using the cheat code of pre gunpowder warfare, which is like just a dude on a horse with a heavy bow is like just straight up shits over everything else.
It's essentially like having a tank in infantry warfare.
Yeah, it's why the Romans had so much trouble with the Scythians, because the Scythians had a similar strategy to the Mongols, where like their main method of warfare was engaging people from horseback with a bow, and the Romans had a terrible time with the Scythians.
They
Well,
had this
the-
hurricane formation where they would just keep firing at this certain area. It was like a circle, like a donut formation that they just kept
Mhm.
spinning around in, and once it hit this certain area,
Well, the
Fuck the
Parthians would would use Scythian cavalry, horse archers for this purpose, and basically it's you charge towards the enemy and like fire off. It's like 8 or 9 shots, and then you wheel to turn back and you fire a final one, which was called the Parthian shot, which became
has
over
become
time into the
parting shot.
parting shot.
That's right. I like hanging out with big brains.
Well, I see. Well, hey, that's a good discussion.
Big brain
geez.
intellectual hour.
In the chat,
And one of the things they would do, like commanders that weren't used to fighting this type of warfare, when they actually saw the Parthians retreat, like they actually thought it was a genuine retreat, and so like they'd send their units to go and rout them, but the Parthians were not actually retreating. They would turn back around, and then things would go very, very badly for you.
This is
they'd loosen up.
It would be a feint.
It's like, oh, call an ambulance, but
not for me.
It's exactly that. Call an ambulance, but not for me.
All right, I'm gonna bring in some of these callers because we've been going on for a while, and it's about that time to
roll
start
calls.
wrapping up. All right, Sedan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Sedan.
Hey,
Oh, he disconnected. He'll hop back in. Oh, he's back in.
He's back. He's back.
Hey, Sedan, what's up, buddy? Are you there?
Sedan, what's your fucking problem, bro?
Imagine the disrespect, bro.
Maybe he fell
Can't you-
asleep.
Can't you see these are the big brains? What are you gonna
Yeah.
bring to the table, Sedan?
This is big brain hour. My guy is sitting here dropping emojis on the story I just put in chat, and he's not talking. What in the world, bro?
Cicada tacos, really?
Unbelievable.
Cicada
Eat the bugs. Bro, you're gonna eat the bugs.
Oh my god, gross.
Eat the
Oh, there's
bugs,
Cass.
bigot.
No, it was too smart, all this big brain convo. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah, I was wondering why when he was talking about the Scottish painting their faces blue, I was wondering why you didn't take credit for that. The Pictish people are actually from Britannia, and they were the ones who painted themselves blue, but you didn't say
And they didn't
shit,
call it
Cass.
Well, he
They
made a
called it
comment
road.
about bluish.
Yeah,
and
I
I
did.
think he thought he was going somewhere else entirely.
Yeah, it got tied up into. I was just actually referencing their battle paint. I wasn't actually trying to make a Jew thing, but somebody
there
took
you
me up
go.
around with it, so I'm like, all right.
All I know is 5-ish.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, jeez.
There we go.
Hey,
Okay,
Sedan.
now we can hear Sedan. Hey, what's going on, bud?
I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I had the green room going for like 50 minutes or something, but it literally was just showing yellow on my phone, like it couldn't connect.
Weird.
brought
Yeah,
me into the
Discord on phone
on-air.
sucks. So
What's up, Sedan?
How you doing, Sedan?
Oh, not much. I saw. I gave Gator my last lemons. I hope he enjoyed that.
I
Final-
did. Thank you very much for the poverty lemons.
Yeah.
See,
you gotta
Gator
try.
realized that being on D Live is like Battle Royale. You just have to be the last one streaming so that, there's nobody else to give lemons to by the end of it all.
So eventually, I become the lemon emperor.
Yeah, he is the lemon emperor.
Wait, are you saying that when everyone else has left D-Live, Gator's just gonna throw a lemon party?
Well, good luck, because you know who I saw was in the
Fuck yeah.
top thing this afternoon.
Who?
Red Ice Radio is still on D Live. I went and checked, and they had over 300 listeners. So
Oh,
they're doing all right.
I'm glad they D-Live hasn't just completely destroyed everyone.
The other three big channels were literally like conspiracy boomers talking about the weather, and I'm not kidding.
What about like Marfugal? Wasn't he a D Live guy?
He was, yeah. Is he still doing all right over there, or did
I
they
don't
get
know.
him
I never
too?
really watched him.
I don't know. We looked at D Live's front page the other day, and it was just deserted, and the streamers there were awful. Like there's nothing going on.
Sounds
I mean,
ripe for the
merch-
picking.
Mersh and Royce basically called it when all this stuff started. You know, when Baked kind of started getting the people banned, they said flat out, like, you kick these creators off your platform, it's gonna be a bunch of broads, you know, playing video games with you know 5 people watching them because a bunch of fat broads playing some shit that no one cares about. And they called it, man. I mean, they killed their platform.
Yeah, they are infested with fucking e-girls now.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy.
Can't wait for the Killstream hot tub stream.
Oh, actually, Gator.
Oh my god.
I know Flamenco's probably already seen this, but Gator, did you see Megan Squire's latest effort post on Twitter about like a week ago?
No, I haven't. Is she still crying about Odyssey and butt coins?
No, she was crying about D Live. She went and made this like great big magnum opus, like this big thread, and I was going through it. Like she was counting the income that was made by people on D Live, and our good buddy Ralph made the list. Like the top right wing earners on D Live, and how much they'd made between April and January. And so my the big and obvious question was, Megan Squire, how come you stopped? How come you chose that as your exit point? Why did you stop tracking the income of these people after January of 2021? Did something happen there?
Yeah, everybody got kicked off fucking T Live after the capital shit.
Fucking exactly. But yeah, our boy Ralph made the list. It was actually interesting. Nick Fuentes made almost 100 grand in a 6-month period on D Live alone, and that was just him.
D Live. He pretty much was D Live. Let's be real.
Yeah, but most of the other guys in like the top 5 list were also Groiper generals. Like Patrick Casey was there and all that. Like between them, the Groipers made damn near $500,000 million off D Live in 6 months.
Damn.
It's a lot of it's a lot of spare time.
Well, and just think about the percent that D Live got from that. So, and getting
That's
rid of
what
all
he's
of the
saying,
Groipers
man.
and all the right wing people, they shot themselves in the foot and just completely tanked their company.
That's what I don't understand from like a business perspective. Like, why don't you be the respite for these people? You can make
Obviously,
fucking
their
tons
highest
of money.
priority is not making money. Something is more important to them than money, because all those people who are at the top of the list have been excised from D Live now. And thank you, Megan Squire, for providing those numbers, because I go and look at those numbers and I'm like, oh, okay, look, D Live, what? It takes like 30%? It's somewhere around that.
Well, we assume these companies do care about profit, but as you know, as the phenomenon of woke capitalism, as well as the account that brings up, these people really are like the bureaucracies within the companies, the HR. They're essentially cathedral ideologies. They've totally captured their bureaucracies. They totally, we're on the anniversary when they released all those statements backing burn, loot, and murder, and giving money to them, and sponsoring. It was basically a state-sponsored pogrom.
Exactly, and so that's why I look at it, right? So Megan Squire put up like the top 25 of what she considers to be far-right agitators. And you go down, you do like I'm not so good at maths. I mean that's why I'm a no coiner and a grug. So going off D Live gets like a 30% cut, which is not as bad as Trovo, because Trovo literally eats half your lunch. But okay, 30% cut. Looking at the top 25, like alt-right propagandists, and then you go, okay, so this is from August to January. So extend that out. Like, what are you expecting to make a year? Okay, so D Live said no to over $1 million annually. Expected income just based on the numbers that Megan Squire gave. D Live decided that something was more important than making $1 million. Can you possibly fucking guess what that could be?
Fitting in with the right people.
Exactly. Fitting in with the right people is more important than millions of dollars.
Perhaps D Live isn't actually a streaming platform. That's just a front for their lemon laundering business that they got going on.
Lemon stealing whores.
Well, it's
Remember, kids, every
They were
villain
absolutely
is
doing that back in
Lemons.
the day. There was a they were like, and we even went and figured out what was going on there, because people in certain Arab states can't access PayPal. They've got other ways of moving cash around. D-Live was absolutely positively involved in like doing fucking money laundering for like Saudis. We know this.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised by that because there were a lot of fucking Turkish
Mhm.
people on D-Live.
Yeah, the Turks as well. Like Turks don't have access to PayPal. That crypto was used to move money
But I
around.
thought our elites were so accepting of bugs.
And like we're not talking about like a Turk roach like trying to order a pizza. We're talking about very serious people moving very serious amounts of money around, and D-Live was part of that.
Well, the funny thing is that both Ralph and Worski made it past the whole January 6th siege thing because Ralph was not on location that day. Only Pantsu. Was it Pantsu or was it?
It was May, but she wasn't actually like at the festivities because her phone wasn't actually working.
Remember
Yeah,
that time
but-
someone gave Brittany Venti 40 grand? And it was a fucking
Why?
Turk roach or a Saudi. I can't remember which.
It was
I think
it was a Saudi trying to kidnap her or something.
Yeah, just
Well,
dropped a year's income.
Planning to
for some
fly her
people,
over.
a year's income.
I just wanted to point out though that they did lay low until the Tazariak stream, and then that's when Ralph debuted on Trovo. Was like midstream when that thing went down, and he was only banned from D-Live for like a month, and then as far as I can tell, the reason why he was ultimately perma-banned from D-Live was because he was restreaming with Rand on Trovo, and Rand is notorious for showing as many D-Live channels as possible.
That's literally the only reason why Ralph got that like fucking second month long ban was just because Rand was on there. And the same thing fucking happened to Worski. Like they just gave him the month.
I did warn him that might happen.
I did too. When he was restreaming it, I'm like, you have Rand on now. Maybe you should shut the D-Live one off. And then it just got deleted from the chat. And yeah, I guess the warning was not heeded. But at that point, he must not have given a fuck.
Well, no, I don't think he did. I think at that point he was done. Yeah, he didn't care. Because I did say, look, you know, they fucking know who I am, and like they get, you know, they really are taking people out. Because I was on, well, okay, both these people that I went on with, they were pretty much like they didn't care so much about their D-Live. So look, I don't feel like I was a dream crusher. But yeah, I am the Bloody Mary of D-Live. If you have me on your show and you're on D-Live, you will lose your D-Live channel.
We were
they
saying
hate
earlier.
me that much.
Yeah, we were saying earlier. You have written. You yourself have gotten so much lines of TOS on D-Live written. It's not even funny, bro. Like, I know that there has been fucking guy again. We got to rewrite the whole fucking thing because he streamed last night. I mean, who is this guy? It's N-word man over here.
You know how we were talking about how like certain civilizations and areas had to have really strict laws because of diseases and parasites. I'd imagine Rambot is like these people who just keeps coming very hard.
Yeah, well, it's a very ironic reversal of that because it's actually dysgenic degenerates who are removing me, a wholesome and blameless man.
Rambot is a good boy. He didn't do nothing. He's a wholesome guy with family values. It's true.
Yes,
he's just trying to get his life back on track.
He just wants his apocalypse garden on his lawn to grow. That's all, guys.
Rand is always the one out there, though, getting the new platforms going. Like, after D-Live was Trovo, and now, once that platform gets going, they're like, oh, we don't need Rand anymore. And
Randbot's necessity is the mother of invention.
Well, let me share some of the credit. Flamenco, are you still with us?
Yeah.
That bizarre Mexican guy who dresses up as the Joker that you were arguing with.
Oh yeah.
He was the one who was like getting all butthurt about being kicked off D-Live, and then I went and had a look at his Twitter, and he's going like, you know what, fuck D-Live, I'm gonna go here.
Yeah,
what is this site,
weird
Trovo?
dude.
And then I went and looked into it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is functional. And then I went and told Ralph about it.
Oh.
So I can't even take full credit. I did not discover Trovo on my own. I was watching you have a fight with this retarded Mexican, and it was the retarded Mexican who was telling everyone, like, check out this Trovo thing. All right. Well,
Rand's like,
thank you, retarded.
don't mind if I do.
Thank you, retarded. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Thank you, retarded Mexican. We're going to use Trovo now.
You see, Rand is always ahead of the time, isn't he? Like on the next day right now. So
To be
Yeah.
fair, I think Dark Butters was also on there too. Ghost.
Ghost is still going long and proud. In fact, you know, like the two times I got temporarily banned on Trovo for all the shit that I did on there was both times it was me going on Dark Butter's show and playing Among Us with him because I can't help but fuck with the puppies. And apparently, like, Trovo's on a hair trigger for that sort of shit. So, like, I was doing like the wooden doors meme on puppies, and
Oh.
and I got like temp banned for racism like 3 times. every time, all the shit I did on Trovo, and I only got fucking chipped for playing fucking Among Us with Dark Butters.
My
I
God.
think
I
I
guess-
think we've established now, Rand, that just don't play Among Us on stream. Do it on like Odyssey or something, or post TV.
Just do it on Entropy, man. Honestly, Entropy is by far the superior platform to watch the Petrol Hour. I promise you. That is like, I'm not a huge fan of the interface, but when you do the Entropy exclusive shows, it's just like unbridled Rand, and I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna sit here and listen to fucking hours
Yeah.
of this shit.
Well, I do
That
enjoy it.
interface,
I
though.
do enjoy it every time you're sitting in Avon, and look, the interface does leave something to be desired. But look, I mean, this is my job now, and you know what? It is a for-profit enterprise. For the first time in my life, I fucking love doing my job.
That's a beautiful thing, man. It really is.
He's gonna cry, dude. Let him have the moment.
I gotta sob. I do. No, honestly, I really do love that shit, bro. You see how, bro, 90% of people go through their life working fucking garbage jobs that they hate, bro. When you can find something you enjoy doing and you're good at and you can make money, it's a great thing.
Well, that was me for like the my 20s and the majority of my 30s. I mean, like, I did end up becoming a professional dry cleaner. There are some things that, you know, I did pick up a trade by accident. But yeah, for the most part, like, my working history has just been like sort of minimum wage shit, and now I'm finally. Well, look, the pay is basically the same at this point, but I actually enjoy doing my job now, and it's great.
And that's what makes it so fucking. That's what pisses you off so much when they do, because they're trying to take it away from you. That's the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
they try really hard. I mean, there's a reason when like restreaming to. I mean, I'm on TV.post, Odyssey, and Entropy. These are not mainstream sites. I'm never going to become the next Ethan Klein. And now, before you fucking start, I know, you and I both know. But
Yes.
but you know what I mean.
Honk honk.
Exactly.
Didn't you say, Gator, that the Ethan Klein versus Keemstar thing is like, it's like the World War of YouTube, like 2016-17 kind of drama? That's
Not
It is,
really.
and it
like
ke-
almost
it
everybody, almost everybody seems to be like on Keemstar's side. I don't
Yeah,
know.
agreed.
all
yeah.
of
Like,
the
it-
good
like-
people are on Keemstar's side, but all of the journalists, all of the scum suckers,
Well, I
and
said
YouTube,
people,
it's
Gator.
right,
I said
true,
people.
that's true, fair.
Journalists aren't people.
true.
Deaf noodles and all that.
all of the
So-
cretins, all of the creatures, and YouTube itself are all on Ethan Klein's side. They want, for some reason, like, I think the only reason that YouTube doesn't take Keemstar out is because they know that Keemstar will sue them in a hot minute, and he would be able to easily prove a connection between YouTube and Ethan Klein, and they don't want to ever have to get to discovery for something like that, because I'm sure there have been messages between Ethan Klein and people in the upper echelons of YouTube talking about Keemstar, and if stuff like that got out, they would be fucked.
That's
Well,
true.
YouTube would have already known about all of the the really quote bad end quote stuff that Keem did, and they've accepted him all this time. But my main worry here is, I don't know if you saw this tweet that Diorio put out. I just think this is only going to end bad for Diorio or commentary channels. This world war of YouTube. It's
well, the last time they fought,
are these guys still on YouTube? Because YouTube has just become a fucking content desert.
Yeah, Diorio's still.
If Diorio's still making it, I mean, good for him. But he has to know,
Augie, Boblax, all of them are doing pretty well. But yeah,
I know Boblax definitely knows that the clock is ticking because he's talked about it on Twitter. Boblax knows that he's not going to be on YouTube forever.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, none of them are. At some point, it's all going to get phased out.
But make hay while the sun shines, right?
But see, the problem is that this fight, this stupid fight that Ethan Klein keeps trying to bring against Keemstar, it's gonna cause another adpocalypse because they're bringing up old shit.
Posted a picture of himself and Hilda hanging out with fucking Steven Wojcinski. It's not going to be a big fucking stretch to prove that there's a connection because there they are fucking having dinner with Susan.
I mean, I know Flam Gator, you've been following it, but the stuff that Def Noodles is putting out, bringing up this YouTube archaeology shit, it's just why are you trying to purposely cause a shitstorm here?
Well, this is shit that was disproven in 2016.
Yeah, and if you're going to apply the toss,
who came up? Do you know who came up with the false allegations against Keemstar in 2016 that was in that grade A Under A video? It was Futuristic Hub. It was fucking Futuristic Hub. The guy that literally makes fake allegations against everyone.
Oh, sheesh.
Kiwi Farms before Kiwi Farms. Holy shit.
Basically, yeah.
It's funny, we talk about Odyssey. I think I've noticed that over there, we see a lot of streams and content and videos that has vanished from the internet, around that period, from 2016 up to 2020. That's a nice resource to kind of have, but sheesh, it's you're right.
You ever gone and looked at someone's playlist? Someone's put together a playlist
and
90%
video
of them,
deleted, yeah.
Deleted, yeah, of course. Dude, a lot of the old great kill streams are getting deleted. I mean, there used to be, a decent amount of archive out of old Ralph, and I had to download them because I'm this shit's gonna be gone. A lot of the Medicare stuff is still up on Restream, but not on Restream, archives. But a lot of those archive channels are gonna start getting hit too. I think one of them recently just got a second strike. I forget who it was.
Yes. In fact, our little campaign to on special request to get Dingo's channel removed from DLive. Guess what we started it off with?
What's that?
How the sausage is made, courtesy of
Mr.
Oh,
God.
Was it at least the BitChute one?
Oh,
of course it was the BitChute one.
Make pretty cake. If the she wants the second condo. Can you believe that?
Oh God!
That was the greatest and the worst video he's ever made.
Medicare is the devil.
BitChute themselves fucking replied to it. When
I remember,
Jim, his old account, Jim tweeted out. He says, "Hey, check this out," and fucking BitChute themselves, fucking replied to it and said, "Please don't watch this."
Yeah, don't watch this video. It's
They
so
were
horrible.
oh God, no! Please do not watch this video.
The balls, though. I mean, I had to.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely do see the balls when you watch.
A lot of balls.
You don't see them for very long.
Not so much after fact.
They're critical. They're critical to the message.
Doesn't it just say literally everything? How they want to not publicize the realities behind these operations. It just says everything.
That's what Wyatt's thread spiraled into, just the horror stories that go into the procedures, and just that it's not what you think it is. I'll tell you that.
Gay
They find
culture
that
is
on
a
internet.
perfect example of the ubiquitous nature of mainstream media, and how it just dominates the conversation. Because setting transsexuals aside, your average normie has no idea about what actually goes on with gay people, and in fact, it is actively suppressed. I did it on my show, and I've still got people people still mad at me for doing it. But hey, look, it's for your own edification. I read out this article from a guy who wrote this guy wrote an article called "Surviving Gay Barely," and you can still find it. You can still find it on the internet by typing in "Surviving Gay Barely," and it is an honest to God portrayal. Like, this guy doesn't pull any punches about how he felt that he was gay in his teenage years. He went to San Francisco when he was 17/18, and he lived the gay life for about 13 years. It destroyed his body. It destroyed his mind. It's an unflinching portrayal. He doesn't pull any punches, and in his mid-30s, in his early 30s, after this lifestyle had almost fucking killed him, he had a reevaluation, and he wrote this article. I think he published it in 2017, so it's been out for a bit. I did hear about it through the boys, but I only went and read it a couple of months ago, and I shared it because I love to share. It's incredible, and people have no fucking idea
Dude,
of what's
Cripple
really
Jesus-
going on, because they just see it on the TV. They're just like you and me. They're the happy, smiling people. They're so generous and kind. No, it is stomach churning. The actual lifestyle is fucking stomach churning, and this is just gay people, like, let alone transsexuals. Once you get into what's going on there, people have no clue, because they turn on the God box, and they get happy, smiling face with like happy fucking generic music in the background. Love is love. Everyone's great. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. No, it's not fucking okay. You are doing worse things to when you do this transsexual thing, like that. Now they're putting fucking kids on hormone blockers at the age of 7.
Oh, God.
You are neutering a human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we understand why we take our dogs and cats to the vet to get castrated.
So they don't
You're
rub their
castrate-
balls
you
all
are
over the fucking
castrating-
carpet.
Yeah, I mean, like, just set aside the fact that you're turning them into a disgusting parody of the opposite gender. You are castrating a child. And that's not discussed. That's not discussed in the mainstream. Like, nobody is having that conversation because they don't want you to have that conversation. The level of unreality about these topics is, well, it's a fucking crime, to be honest.
You can't
Yeah,
sell the narrative.
These people should be fucking punished for pushing it on the general public.
Well, it takes two to tango.
And selling them a fucking bill of goods.
It takes two to tango, because it's not just the people that are trying to push this stuff, but it's also the people that are too scared to say something about it and stand up for it. Like some of these Republican governors that are bending knee to the woke mob.
Get crushed, and no one hears about it. Because, and this is something that they accused Hitler of doing this, but it was the usual suspects who accused Hitler of doing this, and they've actually fucking perfected it. The worst part, actually, the guy was actually being critical of the Soviet system too. He said the worst aspect of this tyranny is that sacrificing yourself means nothing. When you stand up to the system, you're not turned into a martyr. You just disappear, and no one ever knows what happens to you. That's exactly what happens today. When people fucking talk about this shit, when people try and go public with it, people try and get the information out, you're not turned into a hero. You just disappear. You just fucking disappear. What you've got to say just vanishes. And no one ever hears it.
I mean, that's what's happening on all these platforms now. Is that they're trying to disappear?
President.
Yeah, they banned the president of the United States from Twitter.
Yeah, well, there you go. Like they literally look. I don't have a lot of sympathy for Donald Trump at this point, but yeah,
No.
no, they literally canceled the president.
And it was
I
they
just
didn't
wanna
even
say-
really need to. It was just a flex, just to show that, hey, we just, suspended the president of the United States, who was still sitting president at the time.
Dude, I like how all the other there was a bunch of other countries that were like, whoa, wait. You're not allowed here because we don't want you to do that to our guy. And it was right around the time that Uganda was they banned Twitter because they have that kind of power and they were trying to
Good.
get somebody elected.
They
So
should
they
Uganda
banned-
knows the
yeah.
way.
Do it.
You know they way.
Don't
Look,
worry.
Look, going
it'll-
back to that.
We don't want president to
how-
eat a poo poo.
Going back to that how the sausage was made video.
Mm.
Like, I swear to God, don't anybody ever link me any more videos featuring Digibro. I'm just sick of that guy.
Oh, God. Don't even get me fucking
Jesus.
Yeah, you
Yo,
saw
check
him in
this out.
Tampa. You didn't think he was a pretty girl?
Check this out, though. All right, just
I thought he was stunning.
one last hot take. One last hot
I
take.
thought he was stunning.
Okay, Ren, because
Great.
we're gonna have to
It
wrap
is-
it up pretty soon. It's like
Alright.
1 a.m.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
yeah,
damn,
just
it
getting
is.
late.
Is this hot take
Okay.
going to be hotter than the elephant's foot?
It's gonna be hot.
All right.
And I gotta read a super chat
ready.
after that too.
I'm ready.
We are now at this stage, all of us, everyone listening, we are living in a world where children are surgically mutilated every day, and there has not been one honest discussion about this practice ever. It has been delivered to you by fiat. There's not been a single article or segment in the thousands of hours of bullshit media that gets put out every day. No one has sat down and talked about what this stuff actually does and means. Nobody has sat down and spoken about that for 2 fucking minutes. It's accepted practice, and we've never had a single fucking discussion about it.
No, and you'll never be allowed to, because the reality completely destroys the fictitious narrative that they're trying to tell everybody, trying to enforce.
It would be laughably easy to shatter, which is why they have to control all spectrums.
Right.
they-
I mean,
wait,
we're
you said
living in the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. They don't want you to see reality, because when you see reality, you're like, all of this shit is bullshit. I'm being spoon-fed bullshit.
Gator, before you sign off here, can you bring in Abacus? He's a fellow Galaxy brain, and I'm sure he has
Yeah,
a good.
Let's get him in here.
Sure, yeah, I'll bring in Abacus. Let me read this super chat from Umret. It says, for 5,
Abacus, remember.
Yo Gator, cheers, dude. There we go. Okay, Abacus, let's bring him.
Abacus, remember who stood up for you motherfucker, because he argues with me all the time in VC. Remember. Oh, and he's muted too. Perfect.
We
Abby
we're
is
bringing
muted.
Q in
Abby,
here. Brilliant.
what are you doing, Abby?
This is what
Hey.
happens.
There he is.
Oh!
I said RIP stream.
Fuck.
Abacus.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. I was just saying, nice RIP stream to everything that is passing away or failing, but it's always good to kind of allow us to have a contemplative moment to reflect on things. I just wanted to just mention some interesting things about Berserk, because I think it was mentioned, but it wasn't kind of said why is it a good masterpiece. And I don't know if I don't think anyone touched on it, Gator, right?
Not really. We talked a little bit about the author. We didn't really go too in depth on Berserk itself.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just, what I really appreciate about the thing is that, of course, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it has, it has like this greedy action. So basically, sometimes it's hard to recommend to certain people because of some gorish panels. But the interesting thing it has is it has that, but it also has deep philosophical thinking moments that are about basically the growth of our character. That starts. Rand jokingly mentioned his childhood trauma, but I rest assure you that it doesn't it doesn't mention that at any moment to gain any points with anyone. So it's something that you understand that kind of fleshes out his past. But it makes it even more wholesome when basically this character that ends up being a struggler, someone that every day has to fight for his life, that he finds himself, he's a loner, and so he finds himself one day to being among a group of friends, people that he now considers family. And so there's like all these topics in the series that make it very like a complete meal. You know, you have your violence, you have your human relationships, you have all these plot twists. So you have all these things, and so it's a great, especially the Golden Arc. I think it's probably the most memorable part of the series. Of course, there's a lot of issues because it's a 30-year old series. So of course, there has been people that have had probably even grandchildren.
Oh Jesus! What? Oh, I didn't
Yes.
realize it was 30 years long.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
So that's
Yeah,
what
man.
Yeah, that
They were
Man,
on
you-
that
you
boat
wanna-
for
you
a
wanna talk
decade.
about-
His
you wanna
last
talk about
canon
someone who-
smile was 1998.
Jesus
Well,
Christ!
it
I mean,
wasn't-
that
but
guy
Rand-
really does have that guy really does suffer from one-itis.
But
Then
Rand,
he
it's
hit
not
upon
like
one
30.
thing that fucking printed money, and he just kept running it and running it.
But it's not 30 seasons. It's like 3 seasons, but the 2 of them were like spread out between 25 years apart from one another.
Look, people say I'm long-winded, but I don't take 30 years to tell a fucking
I mean,
story.
Euro once famously went, guys, I'm not going to have a chapter out this month because I got to draw a panel that has 1,000 dudes in it. And when that chapter came out, we all looked at it and we're like, he actually drew 1,000 dudes, like detailed individual dudes. Why?
You know,
Because he's a weird
Japanese-
perfectionist.
Japanese autism is a very rare and rarefied type of autism that I.
That's just
strongly
called
approve of.
Oh,
Oh
It's just
yeah,
called
yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
got
how
me.
they are.
You got me there. You got me there.
Japan is an autism containment zone. It didn't work.
Yeah, but that's why everyone likes Japanese people.
So yeah, I
Tell
would
me,
recommend anyone
Wait,
that
you
haven't
do?
watched at least the TV show to watch the 97 one. I think it's a good introduction. And then if you get a kick out of it, just move on to the manga and know that you will never have, a closing. But I think there's, for me, like it was the only manga that I ever read because I saw the TV show. I was like, God damn it, I need to know more about this now. And yeah, it led me to that. So just wanted to give it a little bit of a praise and mention. Randa, I do have a question for you. In
Yeah,
your
sure, buddy.
in your line of dry clean, how many blood sheets, Seuss blood sheets, did you have to clean up?
We didn't really get that so much. I mean, people would bring in linen occasionally, but for the most part, I was dealing with clothing. I do have a very specific memory of somebody had brought in a duvet. Their dog had given birth on it, and it was
Oh
covered in
shit!
it was covered in blood.
That's what
Okay.
the Lebanese girl told her dad happened on that sheet.
Oh, wait! You just
Uh,
you reminded me. You reminded me of another story that I don't know if we'll end up having time to tell it. But one of the side businesses of the dry cleaner was we also did photo development.
Uh-oh.
There was an Asian. There was an Arab man who brought in a camera to be developed once. That's another story. We'll talk about that later, maybe.
Maybe on
How many
your
animals
show.
were involved?
Might be an entropy
I just-
exclusive.
I just pulled up the panel that Walrus, I don't know if you were referring to one specifically, but there are 1,000 people in this panel.
Yes, he was not lying. He wasn't
He went
exaggerating.
and drew each,
He was an
each and
honest,
every individual
perfectionist Spurg, and I loved him to death. And now it's
I mean,
gone.
The detail disappears as you get farther and farther back, but it's impressive nonetheless. I mean, it is. There are so many, and to get to this one, the one that you were looking for specifically, I saw some pretty fucking amazing shit. Now I get it completely.
Yeah. His his art was brilliant, and it was all the more brilliant when it was horrific. I mean, everyone's seen the rape horse.
Yeah,
Well, not
everyone's
even
seen
that.
Thing is
I mean,
horrifying.
4chan made sure that we all saw the rape horse.
this tree thing, the
Yeah,
fucking
rumors.
skeletons, like I mean, these panels are fucking insane. This is like a magnum opus.
It was well and truly his life's work.
Rand
Let,
saw
let
the
me,
rape horse
let
when
me,
he
let me,
developed
let me
those
finish
photos.
off. Let me finish off the story.
Go ahead. I'm gonna post some of
Okay.
these in the stream chat here for whoever wants to look at them there.
All right, so they brought in this duvet that a dog had given birth to a litter of puppies on. It stank to high heaven, obviously. Covered in blood and other fluids. Anyway, so we put it in the machine, pulled it out. Now here's the thing. Now we use a chemical called percoethylene. There used to be more aggressive chemicals that used to be used in dry cleaning in the past, but they were flammable. So they're actually prohibited now. I presented this woman back her duvet after washing it multiple times, and she just chucked one of the biggest shit fits that I've ever seen, and it sticks in my memory because like any job where you do counter service, it's the bad ones that you remember. She chucked a fucking fit. She said there's still bloodstains on it, and I said, "Ma'am, blood is not removed by white linen through the dry cleaning process. It fades out a bit. What's important is, like, first of all, it's a duvet, so you're going to put it in a cover, so this is not going to be visible. The smell has been removed. All the stuff that had soaked into the fabric has been removed by the dry cleaning process. Yes, there's still going to be this big faded out blood stain, and that's always going to be there, and there is literally nobody who can make that go away. It's white linen. That stain is there forever.
The only way to get that stain out would be as if she dunked the whole thing in hydrogen peroxide right after it happened. That's the only way.
Yeah, which is something that we don't do.
Right.
That's not a service that we offer. She was so mad. Like, first of all, like, it's actually the only time in my life that I ended that I've actually called the police on somebody.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Oh shit.
She went berserk, like full on, like, I hate to say it, because like I hate, yeah. I'd see what I just walked into, but look, I hate to say it because it's actually an anti-white meme, so I don't really want to invoke it, but she did go full Karen mode. She stood outside the front of the shop, screaming at passers-by, waving this duvet above her head, saying, "This is what they think is good work. These people are rip-off merchants. They're cheaters. They're tricksters." And she came back into the store and fucking it's just like trying to punch me over the counter while demanding that I give her money back.
But the part you're really mad about is that she called you a merchant.
Yeah, he had to go outside and be like, "Ma'am, excuse me, look at my nose. It is not hooked, okay?"
Rand showed her where to find the real merchants.
While she was outside doing a little display thing, someone else had come in for something, and she fucking shoved him out of the way to try and wave the duvet back in my face. I started calling. I said, "I'm gonna fucking call the cops," and she goes, "Call them." All right. I started calling them. The guy who she'd shoved out of the way started calling the police at the same time. He got his phone out and started calling the police.
Wow.
And I have a great business idea for you.
They did actually show up. The cops did show up. They didn't book her, but they told her to fuck off, basically. It was one of the most wild customer counter encounters I've ever had in my fucking life. And here's the thing. I'm satisfied with the work we did. She presented me with this thing that stank of death, because it's got all these bodily fluids that had sat there. When we gave it back to her,
dog bodily fluids.
When we gave it back to her, it basically had this sort of pink bubble, which was like the blood from the birth, and it had no odor. and it was basically pristine. And she could have just look. Nobody has a duvet without a cover. Everyone puts a duvet in a cover. She could have just put a cover over it, and it would have been like that's it. No, but she chucked a huge shit fit.
Wait, I
It's
think
not-
we're getting something lost in translation here because the duvet is the cover of the comforter.
No. Okay. So basically,
Right?
like it's a blanket, like well, not a blanket. You know it's
quilt?
a thing you put inside your
A
cover.
quilt. Yeah,
That
a quilt.
You know what I mean.
And is this
Yeah, it's-
knowledge useful to us? You know, in the hunter gatherer sense.
It may be
No,
useful
but-
to you if you ever go to dry cleaning and you have unrealistic expectations.
Sorry. There's a whole bit in Fight Club where they discuss what a duvet is. I had to.
Anyway,
say it like that.
look.
Do they?
Look, it's the
Yeah.
big white thing that you put something else over that keeps you warm at night.
A comforter.
A clan outfit.
Well, she didn't. She didn't seem very fucking comforted.
Friend, I got a great business idea for you. So you could already be a fixer, right? Because you can, hide evidence. But you could do the other way around. You can offer the service to tank a YouTube channel. So let's say someone gets pissed off with the platform and
Okay,
they want
Duna, not duvet. It's a Duna. Okay,
and
Happy
they
now?
want to tank their channel in a creative way. You could come in and just, you and Dingo could come in and just do your thing.
Oh, look, I'm more
Please
than
don't
happy
do that
for
to my
all-
channel.
I am more than
No,
happy for
no.
you. I'm more than happy for people to consensually give me their stream keys, and yeah, I'll stream on your channel
I gotta say,
anytime you're ready.
there's tough competition in that. I think Monday and Matt has that segment.
Are you
locked
kidding me?
down.
Monday Matt hasn't successfully killed his own channel yet.
Which is amazing, by the way.
It's dead. He's the only one that doesn't know it.
Lord knows he's been trying for months. He still hasn't managed to kill it.
Speaking of killing
he-
channels, I think it's time to start wrapping this stream up because it's almost 1:30 in the morning now, and I know I said I was going to wrap it up about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, thanks for
can I
having
say-
me.
This is a-
Yeah, Gator, you go ahead. We're having a pretty fun conversation here.
Yeah,
so-
we'll walk up. Don't worry about it.
All right,
walk up.
because Rand can keep going, and everybody can go over to. You're streaming on HP, right, Rand?
Yeah. I was just about to extend the conversation. Extend the invitation, not the conversation. I know we don't want to extend the conversation.
Oh no,
Sorry.
that's the only thing that
I'm-
ever happens when you show up.
I'm
man.
I'm a little bit drunk, but if you guys want to keep flapping your jaws for another half an hour or so, I'm on Entropy, and you can go join our Discord. You can find the open invite link on bringonrambot.com, and you can hop on my show, and we can keep fucking chatting. But I think Gator needs to go to sleep.
It is definitely bedtime, and my internet has not cooperated the entire stream, but I will go and delete this video and upload the copy that's not completely fucked where it's cutting out every other second, so you guys will be able to see the stream in all its glory.
Nice.
And
Great.
You're the man, Gator.
youtube.com/Flamenco TV.
That's right.
Go subscribe to
YouTube.com/Flamenco TV.
Flamenco shit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be covering the weird Mega 64 shit tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Oh, hang on. That reminds me. Do you know who still exists? And it's very funny.
Hitty Styles.
Cyber Demon. Remember Cyber
Oh yeah,
Demon?
no, I know Cyber Demon still is a thing.
I went
yeah.
and looked it up. Oh my god!
Oh my
it's
God.
just as fruity. It's just
Yeah,
as fruity
Cyber
as
Demon
ever.
does like daily like news uploads to like
And
400
to
viewers.
nobody, to fucking
Yeah.
nobody. It's hilarious.
I'll say a quick thing before I jump out. I know Ralph's going through some tough times right now, and we're all kind of there for him, and obviously he's put out some messages about the memorial and being able to send flowers and stuff. But even if you can't do that, there's one thing that after a little reflection on my part, I thought about what I can actually do for him is I can pray for him, and so that's
Absolutely.
what I'm going to be doing. And
It's the best thing you can do.
yeah, and so I would say to anyone else that's out there that wants to support him in some way and doesn't know what they can do, that's the one thing that you can do.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll definitely keep Ralph and his family in our prayers.
I'm looking forward to him coming back. But as I advised him, like just come back when you're ready, man.
Exactly.
Don't stress
Don't
it.
force it.
Don't stress it.
Yeah, we're gonna be here when you
Exactly.
get back, man.
I love doing the bonus episodes with him, but if he needs more time away, I'm all down with that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Oh,
good
and I
night, guys.
definitely want to before I close it out here. I definitely want to promote the Bull stream, which is over there on Kaz's channel on Chill Stream,
Which had my very own party secretary on there this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. We are live 10:30 or ish on Sundays. 10:30 Eastern. So if you can, you've already posted a link.
Yeah,
I did.
We
I
do have
posted
our
that.
own channel. We do have our own channel now that we would.
Yeah,
like
that's
some
what I
people to
linked. Yeah,
subscribe to. Awesome.
yeah, I
awesome.
linked that one.
I've got to sit down. I got to sit down and watch that. I've been behind and things, maybe on a bit of a bender, but I need to sit down and watch. I need to see how our own girl did.
Yeah, she's
Well, there's a
can't-
reason. Besides your secretary doing an amazing job, there's a reason why there's a whole corner of the internet that's been calling me the prophet of profit as of
Oh,
recent.
Jesus Christ.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
I feel like an industrial sized fan is about to start spinning for some sweaty balls. All right, go ahead.
What do you want me to? That's it, dude. That's
That's the joke. That's the joke. Watch the Bull stream Sunday nights.
Yeah, follow Avon on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Kaz on Twitter. Do your thing. And
Yeah, come learn how to not blow your account up. Don't be a fucking idiot.
Now, Avon,
Yeah.
apparently, like Pon went and leaked my DM to you, and you found it amusing.
All right, with that, I think I will bounce out. So you guys have a good night. Keep the conversation
It's a
going.
short joke. It's a short joke.
Oh my
She
goodness.
said, "Oh my god, like these day streamers are like so grumpy." And I said, "Well, of course they would be, because it's the same level of emotional investment as streaming, except they're just there by themselves, and it's a coin flip whether or not they pay for the super chat or receive it."
And it's on the money, honestly. You can sit there you can sit there, bust your hump all fucking day, literally by yourself, and walk away with lost money. It's a hell of a fucking job, but if you learn how to do it the right way, you can make some money.
yeah, all you have to do is not listen to Avon and listen to me instead.
It's
I guess
true.
I guess I'm gonna take a break. Maybe I'll hop on to Rambot's stream if we're gonna continue the conversation. But I'm gonna.
I would
go
love
use
to
the
have you
restroom.
on, Butters. You have a I'll give you a Willy Wonka invitation. Come on my show, Butters.
All right, I got the golden tickets. Yes.
All right,
I guess I'll end with this.
I'll probably
I'll
run
let-
up in the cube there, Rand.
Yeah,
Alright.
good stream,
let-
guys. Cheers, Gator. Thanks for running it.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks,
end with
Gator.
two jokes.
kids.
I got two jokes
Thanks again,
for you.
Gator.
Thanks, Gator. Great
All
stream,
right,
Thank
buddy.
you, Gator.
go ahead, real quick, Butters.
All right, the first joke is what do you call a place where a bunch of horses live in the same houses together?
I don't know.
Go
What do you
on.
call it?
A horse house?
A neighborhood.
Oh,
Ah.
And
fucking shoot him.
no. You're gonna get the firing.
We got to
squad for
put him
this
down.
one.
He's a lame horse now.
Yeah, you're gonna get the firing squad for this joke. It's like, man, with the passing of Kentaro Kimuni, you could say all the fans have gone berserk.
Okay,
Oh,
Stone Toss.
Jesus!
All right.
All right.
That's
Alright.
the music.
I'm dead.
Gator, there are some
That-
music suggestions for closing in the suggest stories if you fancy any.
Yeah, I've
There we
got
go.
one song queued up, and then I'll play the one of the songs you posted. Thanks for that, by the
Cool.
way.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Gator, you're the man,
Bye,
dude.
chat.
Thank you for
Yeah,
doing
boy,
this,
Thanks
bro.
so much.
Thanks for having us on,
Yeah.
man.
No problem,
Thanks
guys.
for putting up with all my dumb bullshit for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
You guys have a good
You're
night.
thanking us too, by the way. God damn
The
it.
couch
I'll
is
see you
great,
on
by
your-
the way.
Yes. Thank you very much. You guys have a good night.
My seat's a little sticky,
Good
but
night.
You too.
Good night, chat.
Good night.
All right, and now it's just us. I'm gonna do my due diligence and make sure I've caught up and read all of the Superberry chats here. Make sure. I did read Rhett, but I'll read it again just in case. I don't know if he's still here. For 5 said, Yo Gators, cheers, dude. Cheers, buddy. And Tanea Tokanena says, have a good night, Gator. You too, buddy. You too. All right, we're going to play this stream out. I've got one song, which is what I usually like to close out with. And then we're going to play a song from Berserk. So until next time, you guys have a good night. Stay safe.